Best day ever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Shout out to SpongeBob getting his second movie.
When we walked in to Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema, Kyle pointed us a sign that said, "The SpongeBob SquarePants movie, only in theaters Christmas." And he said, "SpongeBob? He's getting another movie? Like he's Leonardo DiCaprio."
I mean, he might be better than Leo, to be honest. He might be better than Leo. SpongeBob been doing it just as long as Leo almost.
Come on, dude.
SpongeBob been doing it for 20 years.
SpongeBob's not a real person.
He's been doing it for 25 years. Tell me another cartoon that's been on top for 25 years. 25
Homer
years.
Simpson.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Homer. Yeah, okay, that's one. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. I'm telling you, he's a legend.
When we walked in,
Ages wonder.
And you referred to SpongeBob SquarePants like he was a real human being actor that you were like proud of, an old friend. And I lost it.
I mean, that's the way I saw it.
I've struggled to focus on anything else. Brad Nortman is not with us, but he is with us on the show. Brad Nortman back at the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison ahead of tonight's season opener. The Wisconsin Badgers take on the Miami of Ohio. What are they? Redhawks? What are they?
The Miami of Ohio Redhawks, yes.
Is that right? They're the Redhawks?
They are the Redhawks.
Brad Nortman with us from the Everlight Solar Studio. Hey, Brad, how are you?
Man, there's just something special. Man, there's just something.
Uh-oh, we're getting double Brad. Getting double Brad.
I don't want double Brad, tell you that much.
I'll tell you that much as well. I don't want double Brad either. I do want single Brad.
Special about being in Madison on game day. It's beautiful out. It's a perfect night for a game. I feel like I'm ready to put back on the cleats and enjoy a game night tonight. But I'm going to get you ready on ESPN Wisconsin College game day. 2 hours before kickoff, but all 3 hours on KBN, baby.
All right, we'll talk Badgers in a bit. We will also talk more Micah Parsons as that story continues to unravel. And now we got triple stroke. Oh, boy, we're having audio issues. We were going to work on that. Ashton Rotman, the new content manager at ESPN Madison, is failing us already.
Dang, I mean, as soon as he leaves Milwaukee, he already is messing up in Madison.
So we saw something. Me and Kyle carpooled, number one, on the way to the theater, which was it was fun, right? You had a good time?
I did. This is the second time I've been in your car. The last time was dropping me off at the airport. Now this time it's taking me to the movie theater.
Okay. This time better or worse than the last time?
This time better. I feel like last time you didn't want me to talk to you.
No, I do. I always want you to talk.
No, you said before, Kyle just wouldn't stop talking. So this time I thought we had
I think I talked a lot this time.
Yeah, you did, and that's okay. I was okay with that. My weekend starts tonight, so I'm a little excited.
Good for you.
Excited.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. But we saw something as we were driving, and we're at a movie theater. I view the movie theater as a place of love. Right, as we're at the Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. A lot of people have their first kiss at the movie theater, their first dates at a movie theater. Like, the movie theater is a special place in a lot of people's hearts because it's the first time.
Love the popcorn box. Good.
I do love popcorn. It actually feels illegal that I'm sitting here without popcorn right now, but that's neither here nor there.
Our guy gave you some glasses. Give us some
popcorn. I'm wearing
I know Brad loves popcorn.
Brad does love sneaking in popcorn, which I'm sure we'll talk about at some point. But we saw a couple walking down the sidewalk holding hands.
Yes.
And I said to you, me and my baby girl, we hold hands like everywhere we walk. Whenever we walk, we're holding hands. And you said, that's weird.
I mean, everywhere is weird. I hold hands, but holding hands all the time, I mean, what it became egregious because, Strofe, you don't live too far away from the studio, and so you can actually walk home within 15 minutes, and you can be home. And you told me that you're willing to hold hands the entire time you walk home?
Yeah, so I walk a block and we hold hands for a block.
Well, for what?
Because chivalry's not dead on this program. Just want to make sure
it's not dead with me either.
So I always walk on the outside of the sidewalk, holding hands.
Yeah.
And I just want to protect her, you know?
Now,
I'm a big, tough protector guy. You know me.
I have no issue with holding hands. I do it, but I don't do it all the time. And holding hands when you're walking, maybe a couple minutes max, but you're not doing it for a 20-minute walk. And I for sure wouldn't be doing it to walk across the street. But I will give you this. Standing on the side close to the curb, out to the traffic, that is very gentlemanly of you. Very gentle.
Thank you. Brad Nortman rejoins us now from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Brad, what's your holding hands?
Guys.
I guess I don't know the word.
Etiquette, maybe, is the etiquette.
Yeah, there you go. That's a word.
Holding hands etiquette. Yeah, I think you do it less is more with holding hands, in my opinion, because it's a moment of intimacy. So maybe, you've just got like a moment on the couch and the fingers interwove together. Maybe it's a special night and, you're taking her out for a date night and you hold hands. But I would say of all the times walking together, side by side, shoulder to shoulder with the First Lady of the Nortman Estate, I'd say we're probably clipping at like a 10 to 20% hand holding, but it's a special 10 to 20%.
It's low.
10 to 20%. But you're like what, 90%? That's crazy.
I'm like a 90%. Yeah.
Brett, now when you were ugly, when you were young, a young pup, you're handsome. You're handsome. When you were younger, in a relationship with your wonderful now wife Lexi, did you hold hands a little bit more when you were in the infancy stages of a relationship like Alex Strofe over here?
Well, so that's a great question because right behind you, I see an Avatar poster. So you said that movie theater is a place of love. This is one of mine and Lexi's first dates. Is at
would you look at that, Kyle?
Majestic Theaters. We saw the first Avatar, 3D
in this
glasses
theater?
and everything. At that theater, at that exact theater.
Wow.
And I'm trying to remember, now we're talking, was I bold enough? Was I man enough at some point throughout that 3-hour movie to put my hand in her hand? I think I did. It's more of a novelty early on.
You and Lexi met on a college campus, so I know you didn't take her all the way out to Brookfield and wait all that time for you to be able to put your hand in with her hand or your arm around her shoulder.
So very good point, Kyle. So we met in mid-November. I would say we were, quote, unquote, dating in mid-December. Then we had a bowl game, and then we had the Christmas break. So during that Christmas break, when I'm in Brookfield and she's in Oconomowoc, we took her on a date. And this is so fun. It all comes full circle, guys. I am the same guy that I was back then. I texted her roommates and said, guys, I'm going to surprise her. I'm going to, don't tell Greg Marcus this, I'm going to sneak in some of her favorite food, some of her favorite candy, and surprise her.
He's always been the same guy.
And her roommates are like, bro, she doesn't really eat candy. She's 20 years old and she just doesn't love sugar. And so I was like, all right. So I just got my favorite. I got milk duds, got hot tamales, and I think I even snuck in maybe even a Hershey's chocolate bar. And I was like, hey, surprise! And she didn't eat any of it. So that fell flat. The rest of the experience is outstanding.
I'm glad it was Brett. So have you been doing? Was this because I'll be honest? I was raised, and when we came in, my mom used to put a couple sandwiches inside the coat pockets and some things. Did you come up that way too, Brett? Where did you get this from?
I don't know. I feel like there's something about having something of control, right? You bring in a little something in control, something specific to you that you like. I don't want the limitations that the movie theater has. And
there's something
like I like my popcorn. I like my stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's great. I didn't realize you have been doing this for 20 years.
And
He's always been the same guy.
I'm still doing it now. Yeah,
he's always been the same guy.
I guarantee.
Nothing's changed.
Lexi and I we still have a Marcus Theaters gift card. I've been meaning to. We haven't had time to go to a movie. We wanted to go this summer.
Stop it! You went to a movie. You went to a movie. You just decided not to use the gift card.
No, well, that was we'd gotten it recently, so we've gotten over that. We saw Inside Out 2 with another set of foster kids we had. Great, but yeah, we snuck in our popcorn and our sugar-free snacks, and I think a sparkling water or two. It was lovely.
Yeah, his love story is so interesting. I am.
Why is Strope wearing sunglasses inside?
I'm not wearing sunglasses. I'm wearing 3D glasses because we're at a movie theater, Brad.
Bro, when did 3D glasses become that, right, Brad?
But aren't they nice? It's not the cardboard.
You're living in. Those are nice.
I am living in 3D.
But you're living in 3D. You don't need the glasses to prove that.
Yes, but when I look at my phone, like some things pop up a little bit differently. Like my background screen is me and my hot girlfriend, and she pops out of the screen a little bit more. It's awesome. It's a sweet life to live.
That is awesome.
I'm not putting. I'm with my eyesight being so bad. I'm not very willing to put any type of glasses on that could distort my eyes. So I'm good on that.
So you're not seeing any 3D movies?
No, unless I have children.
Did you know?
Kind of childish.
Did you know they made another? What movie did I say was a children's movie?
Oh, it was Around the Corner.
Was it Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs or something?
No, it was not Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. But it was something else.
Why is that catching your eye?
Well, dude, there's so many movies in here that I didn't realize they made another of because admittedly, I have not been to a movie theater in probably 3 years.
No, I've been to one recently, but this is what, actually it was a Marcus, but this is what got me is that you forget when you go to these theaters, you see all the movies that are coming out. Bradley, did you know a SpongeBob movie is coming out? Another one. He's starring in another movie.
We already talked about this.
And then on top of that,
I'll tell you
Avatar,
what.
as you said, did you know Avatar was coming out? With a third movie?
I
It
did
took
not
20
know
years
Avatar
for the
was
first
coming
one.
out.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, that was 2009 when it came out last. That's crazy. SpongeBob, I'll tell you what. You were given props to SpongeBob. He deserves props. I remember watching SpongeBob in like 6th grade.
He's not real.
He still has staying power.
Thank you, Brad. Brad gets it. And Brad, by the way, Avatar has already come out with the second movie. This is the third one. I know Brad does not know what's going on.
All right. Well, we're going to try to lock in. We're going to try to get back to what we do best.
There's breaking news. Did Brad see the breaking news?
We are going to get to the breaking news coming up
Did you see it, though, Brad?
No. I'm going to have to look at the break, or should I wait?
No, don't look. Don't look. I will break it to you coming up next, and it is in regard to the guy we spent all day yesterday on. Micah Parsons. The Micah Parsons drama takes another turn in the last 10 minutes. Have the Packers' chances of acquiring the 3-time runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year gone up? We'll talk about that coming up next. Live from Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. It's Kyle Bruston-Nortman. Kyle Strofen-Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman.
Dick Van Dyke, real quick on the cha-cha slide ACL, says she was carried out by all 5 of us. 5 people?
That's a big girl. That's a big girl. Yeah, that's a big girl who did cha-cha.
Stop it, Kyle.
What you mean? 5 of them had to carry. That's a big girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
The number one story for the Green Bay Packers this season is Cooper.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
He is the most likely to improve the Packers more than anybody else. He has the potential to improve more than anybody else on the team, including Jordan Love, because Jordan Love has shown us some greatness.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The rumor mill is a-swirling as late Tuesday night it was reported that the Packers have made a serious offer for disgruntled Cowboys defensive end Micah Parsons. And it just so happened that Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst's post-cutdown day press conference occurred Wednesday afternoon, and, well, he got questions about it.
First of all, I can't talk about any players on any other teams, but I think, again, every opportunity that's out there that if we think it could help the Packers, we're going to take a long look at. If that opportunity makes sense to us, then we'll do it, and if it doesn't, we won't.
Interesting from the Packers GM. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Do you want to bank without the fuss? For easy banking, rely on us. In person, online, or with the Tri-City app. Your banking can be done just like that. Tri-City National Bank. Member FDIC.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with Sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh, and we've all been feeling the heat, and if your home isn't staying cool, your windows might be the reason why. That's why now is the perfect time to call Universal Windows Direct. And Universal Windows Direct has an incredible offer to help you. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there is no limit. And here's the part I really love. You'll get no interest for 5 whole years. Call 414-410-2000 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com, and trust me, once you feel the difference, you'll be saying what I say. I love my windows.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that 2-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, Dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I said, baby, how'd you get with my head?
Kyle Bruston Nortman, Kyle Strofen Nortman. We are live at the Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strofe. Brad Nortman back in Madison ahead of the debut Wisconsin College Game Day coming your way. Beginning at 6 o'clock tonight on 100.5 ESPN in Madison. It is the Badgers, and what did we say, the Red Hawks, Miami of Ohio?
The Miami of Ohio Red Hawks.
Red Hawks. All right, we got to get into this because we spent all day talking about it yesterday, and we all were in unison. Where there's smoke, there is fire. We heard from Brian Gutekunst, the general manager of the Green Bay Packers yesterday, and he said something along the lines of, like, yeah, if there's a good player out there, we're going to do whatever it takes to add him to our team. Well, from Adam Schefter just minutes ago, quote, several teams have spoken to the Dallas Cowboys about a potential Micah Parsons trade, and for the first time, the Cowboys appear willing to at least listen. So that is quite a tone change from what Jerry Jones said. Oh, I'm not really interested in that. And then Schefter goes on to say the Cowboys would like to resolve the situation one way or another in the coming days, with their season opener coming 1 week from today against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Cowboys hold their first full practice in preparation for the Eagles on Friday. That, of course, is tomorrow. So Brad Nortman, we talked about it yesterday. It seems like there's a legit chance the Packers could gun for Micah Parsons, but all of a sudden, it seems like the stars could be aligning even more so.
Oh, buddy, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's being back in Madison or thinking about Majestic Theaters. I see this as almost like a romantic dance, right? Because yesterday we just heard rumors. Is this happening? It's almost like when we're all in committed long-term relationships. It's almost like when you start to court that woman. You got your eyes set on her, and you say, you know what? I'm going to start to talk to her. She might say, no, I'm not interested. But then she might have a conversation with you. And then she might think about it. And now they're talking. The final part of this is actually asking her out, and she says yes. That is how I feel like it is slowly breaking down for the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. And most importantly, whenever I look at, these offshoot betting odds of where Micah Parsons likely to be and all that kind of stuff, Green Bay Packers, they are right there, number 2, behind, of course, the Dallas Cowboys being the betting favorite. But these other teams are far behind. So if the Cowboys are listening, it sounds like Brian Gutekunst is very determined to offer the best possible package, a team that is, in his words, similar to his words, almost one player away from being a championship team. That's certainly my belief. So yesterday we had rumor, today we have reports, and this weekend we might have reality, and that might be Micah Parsons being a Green Bay Packer. So for anyone thinking, I know you had the Jason Wilde on the Weekly Wilde, Alex Strofe, this morning. For anyone thinking that this is a pipe dream, this is not reality, there's a 0% chance, that is not the world we live in right now. Micah Parsons is potentially a trading prize to be won, and the Packers are engaged. That alone gives Goody some credit in my book.
Yeah, the Packers have certainly dropped their raffle ticket in the bucket.
No, they definitely did. Continue the analogy talking about relationships. It's kind of like, the Cowboys are with the really, really very attractive woman that everybody else has their eyes on, and you just waiting. You waiting for him to slip up. You waiting for him to mess up so you can go slide on in. And that's what the Green Bay Packers are trying to do. They're trying to slide.
Is Jerry the guy with the hot woman at this point?
He sure is. Micah's a 10 out of 10. And so for me, Brad, I know what Brad said. I thought Brad just said he can get it or something like that. So it just threw me off a little bit. But for me, when I think about the Green Bay Packers having this opportunity, they must seize this moment. Again, like Strofe said before, where there's smoke, there is fire, and now it is coming out that there is clearly some conversations coming out. So that means the rumors we heard a couple days ago on social media about the Green Bay Packers having an offer on the table financially, but then also trade package for Micah Parsons, and then seeing Kay Adams saying, you guys, now we're kind of seeing this all come together. And right now, this is the point where we got to apply pressure to Goody. We know Goody's having conversations, but you got to seal the deal. You got to get it done. There should not be too many assets that you are willing not to give up to get a guy like Micah Parsons, because Micah Parsons takes this team from being a team that you know they can make the playoffs to being a championship contending team. He can be a guy on this defense that gives you different weapons on the defensive side of football at the linebacker position, on the D-line, at the safety position, that can all be game changers. This can truly elevate this roster, but this football team, not only for this year, but multiple years to come. So this is an opportunity that does not come very often in the NFL, and the Green Bay Packers have the cap space, the capital, to make something special happen. Goody, make something special happen very, very soon by going to get Micah Parsons, who could be your next defensive MVP as a Green Bay Packer.
That's Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe with you. It's Kyle Preston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776. Your way into the shenanigans and tomfoolery we're participating in until 5 o'clock with you on ESPN Milwaukee. Talking Micah Parsons. Seems like this thing could certainly go from rumor to reality in the coming days, as Brad Nortman put it. And the Packers are very much in the mix. But I think something we have to keep in mind is, if the Packers are going to be that winning lottery ticket, if they are going to be the team that the Dallas Cowboys ultimately trade their multiple-time All-Pro defensive end to, it's going to be a package that makes you a little uncomfortable. It might make you a little queasy.
What makes you a little uncomfortable, Strofe?
Well, hold on. I said the package will make you uncomfortable.
He's right. What makes you uncomfortable? That's what I want to hear.
Let me get to that, because I think when, especially now, the first thing we heard was the Packers were the team gunning. And it seemed like they were the only team, maybe, that's the only team we've heard rumored, jockeying for position to land Micah Parsons' services. Now that Adam Schefter, the biggest insider and reporter in the NFL game, who has connections in all 32 buildings, all 32 franchises, now that it's out there that the Cowboys are all of a sudden maybe willing to listen a little bit more, can you imagine how many teams are going to try to go get Micah Parsons?
Every team can't get Micah. You know why?
I know every team can't get Micah.
No, but it's not even about that. It's also about the fact that Micah Parsons is part of this deal. Are you going to trade for a guy that is – listen, Micah, if he's going to get traded, he's not going to get traded to anybody. He ain't going to Cleveland. He ain't going to the bottom of the barrel.
He doesn't really have a say.
No, he doesn't have a say, but also he has some power to say, listen, if you trade me here, I'm not signing an extension with you either. Like, I want to get paid this amount of money, and I want to play for a contending football team. He has the power to say that because he can just continue to hold out. So he doesn't have all of the balls in his court, but he has a lot of leverage. In the Green Bay Packers, because they are a perennial playoff team, not a Super Bowl team, but perennial playoff team, there's relationships there with Jordan Love and him. It makes Green Bay a realistic destination for Michael Parsons.
I just want you to keep in mind, you're likely going to have to give up, if it's no player, if you're only giving up picks, it's going to be 3 first-round picks.
3 first-round picks. You want to name the last 3 first-round picks for the Packers?
Matthew Golden is one of them.
No, take away this year.
No, that's the last 3 first-round picks.
Okay, fine. Matthew Golden, cool. Okay, and we don't even know how good Matthew Golden is, though I believe he's going to be talented. But let's go through it.
I think if you're ready to give up 3 first-round picks and a third-round pick, then fine, go for it. Maybe that won't make you uncomfortable.
I feel like
but
we
it could
talked
get
about
to a point.
This yesterday.
We did talk about it yesterday.
We said it.
I think it's worth it. I agree with you, but I think it will make some Packers. I'm not speaking specifically for you. I think it will make some Packers fans uncomfortable because you might have to
Savage.
Go away.
Brad, you want Brad, you want that first-round pick of Darnell Savage?
I'll pass on Darnell Savage. And
How about Eric Stokes? Eric Stokes. What about Eric Stokes?
Yes,
how about that one?
Kyle, your point is made.
Quay Walker. Did we pick up his 5th-year option? Yeah, we're going to give him an extension. Devontae Wyatt. We can keep going. Jordan Morgan, Lucas Van Ness. This is what we're trying to save? This is what we're waiting for? What are we talking about? Bump them picks. Take them, Jerry. Take them. What are we talking about, Strofe? And Matthew Golden is probably going to be the best draft pick he had since he got Jordan Love.
Micah Parsons is better than all of Goody's first-round draft picks combined.
Combined.
I mean, you could make an argument for Jair Alexander, but we know how that worked out. He couldn't get him out of town fast enough. So Micah Parsons, he is worth the price of admission. I'm telling you, this whole thing, it doesn't feel like Goody. It feels like there's an alter ego Goody who is now leading the Packers. And the only thing that I can put my finger on is that Ed Policy sent him a message, whether it be verbal or nonverbal, and he knows he is under the microscope this year with a contract extension. So there's no more time to mess around. Mark Murphy, everything was easy and fun, and
sure.
the laughs. But there is something about a sense of urgency now that makes me believe that, you know what, he's got 1 to 3 years to make this happen, and Micah Parsons would be perfect for that formula, assuming Jordan Love also takes the next step.
Yeah, let's keep in mind what Ed Policy said. He doesn't want a lame dunk situation, but he's got a coach and a GM, two very important individuals in this organization that have 2 years left in their contract, which means after the season, if he doesn't extend them, that's a lame duck situation for either of them. This could be a move to save Goody's job in theory, ultimately, assuming it pays off. But it's a swing worth taking. I agree with you guys.
Strofe, what's a package that makes you uncomfortable? That makes you actually have second thoughts about this? Because 3 first-rounders and even an impact
Eric
player.
Stokes, Lucas Van Ness, that's what makes me uncomfortable.
I say do it.
3 first-round picks and a player probably would make me uncomfortable.
So you do the picks.
Yeah, but if you go first-round pick, so 26, 27, 28, and Lucas Van Ness.
Take him. I'll pay for his flight.
That's a lot.
He'll be flying Spirit,
I'd be
but
fine
I'll pay
with
for it.
Again, this is a swing where I don't think you could say much. Or Rashawn Gary, I guess, would probably be a better example.
Take him, too. What you mean? What are we talking about?
Maybe Edgerrin Cooper. Maybe Edgerrin Cooper would be a little bit.
You can't field the team 3 years from now? What are you talking about? One player. Rashawn Gary plus 3 first-round picks. How fast can it? Yes. Except if that's what Jerry said, hey, I want 3 first-round picks and give me
you got to
that.
slow down the cadence a little bit.
Yeah, I want 3 first-round picks. Michael, if you want Micah Goody, I need 3 of them first-round picks. I need 20. I need 26. 27, and go ahead and give me 29, and I need Rashawn Gary, that boy Rashawn Gary. Take him. I would say, yes, sir. Sign the dotted line. Go.
Kyle Rustin Nortman.
What are we talking about, What are we talking about?
Nortman with you.
You wouldn't trade Rashawn Gary.
I said I would.
Goodness, you said uncomfortable. Hell, ain't nothing uncomfortable.
You don't think anybody in the Packers fan base would look at 3 first-round picks of Rashawn Gary at the door and go, I don't know about that.
I would ask them, is there a first-round pick that Goody has made that is better than Micah Parsons? No, not even Jordan Love. No.
Okay, let's go to the phone lines. 800-990-3776, your way into KBN. Kyle and I live at the Marcus Majestic Theater of Brookfield. Sean in Beaver Dam. We go to Beaver Dam. Sean, you're on KBN. What's up, Sean?
Hey, guys. You guys are all making good points. I mean, seriously, Kyle's has some...
Dang, he was cooking. He said Kyle has some good points.
And I watched that Dallas documentary on Netflix, and with Jerry saying that Green Bay just was the worst loss he's ever experienced, and for the franchise, and Stroh's right. I mean, if he comes to Green Bay, Jerry's going to put the screws to Green Bay, and I just have. Believing he's going to let him go to Green Bay, knowing that that's a team they're going to have to go through. But who knows? You know, this wheel does turn. But you guys made great points on the, Goody's first-round picks have not panned out really. I mean, so hopefully Golden does this year. But if we could somehow get him, it went from I totally, on social media, I'm like, this will never happen. But I didn't hear Schefter's report. But it sounds like from what you guys are saying, they're reporting that Green Bay is in the mix for this. So it would be a transformational player. It does remind me of Reggie White. I'm in my 50s. I was totally around for all of that. When we pulled in Reggie White, it made Green Bay a destination. And that's what I'm going to say about Micah. Lambeau Field is the hallowed ground for these players. A lot of them admit it. So I could see him saying, I'll leave Jerry's world to go to the, Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra. So thanks for taking my call, guys. It's been a while.
Appreciate you, Sean. Sean and Beaver Dam here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. So
smart guy.
He's a smart guy, and I agree with every Reggie White comparison that's being made, right? I see them on the text line. Sean just made one. Kyle, I think you made one yesterday. This would be to that level. This is a generational player on your defense. But I think why I bring up the uncomfortability is, and somebody brought this up that called in yesterday, Packers have 19 expiring contracts coming up next year.
Cool.
Quay Walker's one of them.
Bye.
Kenny Clark's probably not a Packer next year.
Cut him.
Do you think Micah Parsons plays all 11 positions?
I mean, they're replaceable. That's the whole point, Stroh. This is what and Brad,
3 first-round picks and Xavier McKinney is a very realistic thing.
Xavier McKinney, I would have pause some concern. I would say, nah, something wrong with you, Jerry. You asking for too much. That would cross the line. Asking for Xavier McKinney and 3 first-round picks.
I think that's a very realistic thing he could ask for.
If he balked at that and he said, if Goody got on the podium and said, listen, they asked for Xavier McKinney and 3 first-round picks, we just couldn't do it, then I can get with that. But there are very few guys who I'm not willing to pair with 3 first-round picks, even though I think it will only take 2. If it takes 3, you don't get a player more than likely. But if it was 3 and a player, there are very few players on this Packers roster that I would not be willing to depart with.
Bradley?
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. I think there's a lot of B players on this team, and the result is a B to B plus football team. So you got to get some A plus players. Micah Parsons is one of those. And the hard part is Goody has been put in this situation because those first round picks did not turn into A players. So, I mean, a lot of franchises might not pursue Micah Parsons. Maybe don't want him. Maybe they can't afford him. But if you're the Lions, if you're the Eagles, you're probably not going for him because you've hit on all those first-round draft picks. Maybe Goody's finally saying, you know what? I realize that in order to get over the hump, I need some all-pros. I need some elite guys. It hasn't worked out from the draft. This is my opportunity to do so and do it in a quick way. Now, it is expensive. The only difference between Charles Woodson and Reggie White, those guys were in free agency. So you could sign them like the Packers are going to have to do at an expensive clip to Micah Parsons, but you also get to pick your draft picks. This is not necessarily apples to apples. This is you're going to have to draw a little bit of blood to get Micah Parsons. But it's
take it all. Take all my blood.
I want to add some context that Jason Wilde provided on an all-new Weekly Wilde, which is available now, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and will be available tonight on the ESPN Wisconsin app and those podcast feeds that you can find it in. But Jason explained what happened in 2018. It was Brian Gutekunst's first year as the general manager of the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, this is a team that still had championship expectations. Of course, it was the final year that Mike McCarthy was the head coach. The reigning defensive player of the year was traded that offseason, Kyle, and that was?
The reigning defensive player was traded in what offseason?
2018. Goody's first offseason as the general manager. Brad, help him out.
Khalil Mack.
Thank you.
Khalil Mack. I thought it was 2018.
Khalil Mack was traded from the Raiders to the Bears, obviously, and then the Packers ended up playing Khalil Mack in week number 1, that great Mani game from Aaron Rodgers where he left and came back and ended up leading a comeback win. Goody was in on Khalil Mack. He had offers on the table for Khalil Mack, and he realized that he was one of those players, a guy that was at the beginning of his prime, still had a lot of good years left, and he was going to change the entirety of the Packers' defense. Ultimately, the price got too high, and he didn't give up the pieces, and he ultimately was traded to the rival Bears. But this is not the first time that Goody has sat at a table and pounded his fist and said, that guy's good enough for me to give up just about whatever it takes to go get him. Didn't happen last time. Now with Ed Policy potentially turning up the heat a little bit, with only 2 years left on his contract, and Goody, who we all have in the back of our minds from the end of last season, saying it's time this team starts competing for championships, nothing would signal the general manager is all in, quite like acquiring a guy like Micah Parsons. So I certainly think this is a team that will be more than just in the mix for the services of Micah Parsons. I think they'll be more than in the mix. This is a team that's certainly going to do whatever it takes to pull this off.
And if I may, I think a lot of people have pushback for the Khalil Mack trade because they say, well, they gave up a king's ransom, and what do they have to show for it, right? They didn't win a Super Bowl or anything like that. My response would be, what did the Los Angeles Rams do in 2019? They traded 2 first-round draft picks and a 4th-round draft pick for Jalen Ramsey. And Jalen Ramsey was at the peak of his career. He was maybe not, he was among a top 3 cornerback in all the NFL, and he was a fixture on that 2021 Super Bowl team. So that is another example of the Rams being a franchise that I think is very savvy, very smart, and willing to take big swings of a big swing that paid off with a Super Bowl only a couple of years later. So that is the type of trade that I see happening. And a couple first-round draft picks, but you get an elite guy. Those do not just grow on trees.
They do not.
Ricky Williams was once traded, I think, for pretty much every draft pick.
Mike Ditka was crazy when he did that.
Kyle, would you trade every 2026 pick and the 2027 first-round pick for Micah Parsons? Every single pick next year.
I mean, that's tough.
1 through 7 rounds.
Darnell Savage.
You have to build a roster. I mean, I'll take my 4th and 5th round pick. You can take 1, 2, and 3. You can have them. Can't give you everything.
We will continue to talk about Micah Parsons, but we've got kickoff in Madison, Wisconsin tonight. We will hear from Bradley Badger coming up next as the Badgers take on Miami of Ohio in the season opener. We'll get back to Micah Parsons. We've got over-under coming up. All still ahead. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman live from Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema on ESPN Milwaukee.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Caleb Williams sucks.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Is your roof underperforming? Saggy shingles, leaky spots? Sounds like someone needs a little Evandale Roofing. They don't just patch things up, they go all the way. Tight, sealed, satisfied. It's the kind of roof that'll have your neighbors going,
now that's a roof.
Evandale Roofing. They get on top so you don't have to. Call now. Your house deserves it.
Packers fans, your next quick trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruising into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST, or blazing the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570, or grilling like an MVP with your new Pit Boss Ultimate Liftoff Griddle. Whoa, every dollar you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards earns you a point in the Packers fan zone. So come in and get winning. No purchase necessary. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
These days, it feels like there's advice for everything. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works for you? Using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can help you break through the noise. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off the first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Steinhaffel's biggest Labor Day sale ever is happening now. Save 10% off store-wide or use Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing and get $50 instant cash back for every $4.99 you spend. Plus, buy a premium mattress and get free premier delivery on your entire order. And get amazing doorbusters like a Sealy mattress for only $199. Sofas starting at just $299. Shop Steinhaffel's Labor Day sale in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks. straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Bruston over Kyle Strofe and Nortman tonight, live from Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. Alex Strofe, Kyle Wallace here in Brookfield. Brad Nortman is back in Madison at the Everlight Solar Studio. Downtown Madison. It is game day in Madison, baby. Badgers kick off their season tonight against Miami of Ohio. We got to check in with Bradley Bucky. Bucky Bradley. How you feeling, Bradley Badger?
Guys, I'm stoked. I am stoked. I don't know if it's the crisp fall air, just being back in Madison in the fall, but I'm optimistic. Optimistic in a way that I wasn't earlier in the summer, and there's a couple reasons why. If you allow me to get a little bit deep football here, right? Because I feel like our fans, if you're like me, you don't really know this team. It changes every single year. And even the new offensive coordinator, what does that even mean? You went from Paul Chryst to the air raid, which was a disaster. And who's this Luke Grimes guy? What should I expect tonight? So if you would just allow me a minute or two to glow about this new Badger team, hopefully get our fans excited, I would gladly take that opportunity. Glow. Well,
Go
glow
for
might
it.
be strong.
Give us some glow. Give us some glow.
Bradley Nortman come from?
I might be a little love drunk. You know, I'm back in Madison, and it's, you know, the Badgers are among my first loves. Badgers and the Green Bay Packers. So this new offensive coordinator, right? What should we expect, right? You should expect heavy running the football. We're not going to see any of the crazy air raid, anything that's too reliant on the quarterback, which is a good thing. Billy Edwards, the quarterback, Billy Edwards Jr.
Billy Edwards Jr., get it right.
The traditional, the disrespect, not add the junior. Not the, kind of your traditional game manager, Badger quarterback, but it's going to be more of wide zone. They're going to widen out, to get these offensive linemen to create big holes and cutbacks for these fast running backs. So expect heavy run games, pairing that with mixed tempo and vertical passing. Run the ball, play action, big play. That is the expectation. That is the foundation of this offense. Something that I feel like is much more tailored to the guys that the Badgers can recruit, who they can develop, and who they are in their DNA. The other thing, defensive side of the ball. Guys, did you know the Badgers were one of the worst teams in all of college football with tackles for loss? One of the worst in the entire college football.
To answer your question, I didn't know that. Does it surprise me? Not one bit.
They couldn't tackle behind the line of scrimmage. The guy laid down.
I believe they were dead last in all of college football for tackles for loss. So, in order to do that, what did they do? They owned at the line of scrimmage. No quarterback rush and just getting ran over left and right. They got beefier, boys. They got beefier, just like Wisconsin football should. Heavy and depth is what is defining the defensive line. And in the backfield, of course, Ricardo Hallman, and you got two safeties that are athletic studs. So is this team going to be the Rose Bowl type teams that I played on, or the Ron Dane, Barry Alvarez teams? No, they're not. No, they're not. But I do believe Coach Fickell, in his first 2 years, he got humbled of sorts. I think he thought he could come in and just change his program over, put his blueprint on. It's going to be easy. We're the Badgers, and I'm Luke Fickell. I think he got a taste of humble pie. He ate it, digested it, and figured out, I got to change my ways. And he got back to the traditional Wisconsin football with slight moderations, a little bit more modern, but expect more running, expect wide zones. That means you're kind of getting the offensive linemen out there, and you're going to see cutbacks from the running backs pairing with big plays, and a defense that's much more heavy-handed. I think you realized can't just rely on speed. Let's go back to who Wisconsin Badgers are, and that is a heavy front on both sides of the ball. So my prediction for this Badger football team, they're going to beat a top 20 football team this year. They're going to get that marquee upset. They have plenty of opportunities to do so. Plenty of opportunities. 6 opportunities.
Sure do.
So they're going to get one of them. They're going to get 6 wins, and they're going to beat Minnesota. That is what's going to happen this year, and there's going to be a sense of optimism at the end of this year. That's my prediction. Maybe call me crazy being in Madison here, but I like what
I think he's a little punch
as far as scheme. It's a little scheme changes and personnel changes. I like what I'm seeing. I like what my research has told me about this new team.
Well, really quickly, because you're talking about six wins, which is crazy. You talked about the defensive line getting beefy. No shots at these young kids, and I'm sure they're living out their dreams. And shout out to all of them. So this is not a shot at them. It's just a shot at where they came from. Now, they did get one kid from LSU, JBR Suggs. They got one from LSU. Then they got a kid named Charles Perkins from UT. Not Knoxville, from UT Martin. Probably never heard of UT Martin. Another guy named Parker Peterson from Tulane. Another guy named Brandon Lane from Stephen F. Austin. Another guy named Corey Walker from Western Michigan. Another guy named Michael Gardner from Grambling. What do all those schools have in common?
Not Power 4.
Exactly. That is my whole point. So Brad talking about they got beefy, cool. That's great. But they got beefy from programs of guys that haven't had to compete at the highest level. So what makes you think all this beef is going to be able to stop Ohio State? What makes you think that all this beef is going to be able to stop Alabama?
Can we stop using the word beef?
What makes you think all this beef is going to be able to stop Iowa?
Kyle, there are plenty of guys that go from program to program. Even Jordan Love was at Utah State. I mean, you got guys that are all around. You've got diamonds in the rough. Who says they can't level up, that they put it on film, that they don't deserve to be in those programs? They go to a school like Wisconsin. You're allowed to put some weight on them, get them coached up. Why not? Why can't they play at the Big Ten level?
Brett, excuse me, Strofe, what does this say about our boy Suggs? How many
JVR Suggs.
How many
3 tackles, 2.5 sacks.
2.5 sacks is impressive, but 3 tackles last year.
A sack counts as a tackle, no?
It does. So that means he only had a half tackle. That's crazy. I mean, I love the fact that he got some sacks, but I mean, again, I'm wishing all these kids the best, and there's no knock on the kids. It's just a knock of a program that has fallen so far, where we have a guy in Brad Nortman who played in Rose Bowls, not a Rose Bowl, Rose Bowls, multiple, who is now talking about the program he loves, not about winning the Big Ten or going to a Big Ten championship, not about winning 10 games, winning 6 games, barely being bowl eligible. How the mighty have fallen. This is a huge year, but I'll say this, Brad. My expectations for this team are extremely low, which has given me a little life today of me saying, you know what? Hey, if the Badgers do win 6 games, that's a great season for us, which is sad, but at the end of the day, there's no stress anymore.
Well, I will say, when it comes to stress, I do think there'll be a little stress if this team doesn't start off hot and good. I think if you remember previous years playing South Dakota and Akron and Western Michigan, third quarter it was a game. Badgers were either behind or it was close, even in the fourth quarter. I think if the same thing happens, yeah, that's right. Before Bama in 2 weeks, I think you got to win big tonight and next week against games that you should. I mean, you're double-digit favorites. You should win big. There needs to be a little belief and a little bit of buy-in, because what was clear was last year is the players quit. The players quit on Luke Fickell. They quit on each other. That's the only explanation for getting steamrolled by Iowa and Minnesota and Nebraska. It's the only explanation. And now I've got enough reports inside the locker room that is what happened. There was quitting, and there was guys that just weren't bought in.
So
if you have the same issues play,
how do we keep that from happening? How do we expect 1 year to go?
Well, that's
to
Luke
another?
Fickell's problem.
Well,
he's got to change the culture.
You've got 6 teams on the schedule of your 12 games that are in the top 20 in the country in the preseason AP poll. You've got 8 teams of your 12 opponents that at least received votes in the preseason AP poll. I struggle to figure out where the wins are, especially coming off of a year where you mentioned
Miami
quitting.
of Ohio, Middle Tennessee.
Miami of Ohio, they are 17.5-point favorites tonight. They're going to cover? Got to win by 18 or more.
No.
Brad?
I don't have them covering either.
Oh,
so
my
optimistic.
Yeah, clearly. Super optimistic against a MAC school on a Thursday night. Unbelievable. All right, we'll talk more Badgers.
Yeah, these guys
coming
don't
up
have
in the
preseason
3
games.
Hour. Yeah, that's true. They don't. They got scrimmages, and they didn't have a spring practice this year, did they?
Wow, they did. They had spring practice and they had a spring game as well. They had some. They didn't have the radio.
No, I'm sorry. So I was referring to the spring game then.
Yeah,
they did have one.
I think
it was a scrimmage of sorts. It was like a scrimmage of sorts.
Remember when they had the launch
and
me and Brad crushed a bunch of beers before going over the launch?
I was at the launch.
Yeah, so
that was a wonderful day.
There was a lot of excitement going on about the Badgers at that point.
Tanner Mordecai thought it was going to be so cold.
And no longer have the buzz. But I will say I am excited for tonight. We will talk more Badgers coming up in the 3 o'clock hour. It's Kyle Bruston Nortman, Kyle Strofen Nortman today. Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman.
Miami, Ohio's not bad from last year.
Okay, we're not even going to talk about it right now. We're going to talk about it in 3 o'clock hour. But coming up, because we got to play over-under coming up next.
Oh, that's right.
We got some over-under coming up next. The three of us, myself, Kyle, Brad, will team up. We'll have 3 minutes to get as many right out of the list that Chris Larson, who's producing the show for us back at the Gerber Law Office's One Call That's All studio, has catered for us today. But first, we need you to call in and pick which side you are on. We will go caller 4 and caller 7 today. Caller 4, caller 7 for over-under. 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-3776. Caller 4, caller 7, you are going to play over-under. Pick which side you are on. Caller 4, caller 7, you're stuck on the other side. Whichever one we hit, the winner will get a 4XL T-shirt and the ESPN Wisconsin prize packets. Caller 4, caller 7, 800-990-3776. We will play a little over-under coming up next on Kyle Bruston Nortman.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I'm going to quote the great Martin Luther King in this.
Wow.
I'm going to bring up MLK. You know what he said?
Oh, wow.
He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And you know what matters to me? Booing Craig Counsell and booing the Chicago Cubs.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. In the heart of Milwaukee's Theater District, this modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. Whether you're craving a quick lunch or a relaxed evening bite, Proof Pizza is your go-to downtown destination. Dine in, unwind, and savor flavor that hits just right. And here's a tip. If you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. Learn more at stkatearts.com.
Preseason football is underway and college football is here, so don't miss any of the action this season on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you could cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money. PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. PrizePicks is the best way to win real money this football season. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game.
As a fellow military veteran, I relied on my team to get through very difficult missions. We had each other's back and supported our teammates through thick and thin. If you find yourself struggling to make it another day or know someone who is, reach out. Support is at reachoutwis.org.
Paid for by Advancing a Healthier Wisconsin Endowment with support by the Medical College of Wisconsin, the War Memorial Center, and reachoutwis.org.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning?
RV wins!
Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping?
RV wins!
Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast?
RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You got me brainwashed, you got me so lost, you got me fucked up like you. You got me drugged up, you got me undone, falling in love like you do.
Kyle Brust and Nortman, Kyle Strofe and Nortman today, live with you from the Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. Hey, don't forget about Value Tuesdays. Magical Movie Rewards members can see any movie on Tuesdays for just $6, and you get a free popcorn. It's at all Marcus Cinemas, but especially right here at the Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. He's Kyle Wallace of Alex Strofe with you from the cinema and from Madison. Bradley Badger, Bucky Bradley. Which one do we like better, Brad? Which nickname do we like better?
Say him again.
Bradley Badger or Bucky Bradley?
Kind of like Bucky Bradley.
Bucky Bradley.
All right, Bucky Bradley's in Madison ahead of the season debut. Wisconsin College Game Day starting at 6 o'clock tonight ahead of the 8 o'clock kick between Wisconsin and Miami of Ohio at Camp Randall Stadium. They will be live from Regent Street. Brad, Jesse Nelson, and Adam Mertz.
Man, that's a party.
Yeah, that is a
party. I'm jealous.
Want to drive over there?
It is a great time.
After the show?
I got things to do.
I do too. Unfortunately, as much as
no, legit. I want to go. I got a wedding on Saturday. I got to get my dress retwisted, get cleaned up. I'm in a wedding.
Are you a groomsman?
I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It is time now to play Over Under on KBN.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over Under on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Over under time. Chris Larson has a category. Ann in Oconomowoc was caller 4.
Oh, representing for Bradley.
And Ann is on the over. Ann is a believer in Oconomowoc. Appleman in the Orchard was caller 7. He, not by choice,
not
as much
by,
as he loves us, a member of the KBN Fantasy Football League, is on the under. All right, Chris. And by the way, I'm going to be the final answer today because usually I'm the mastermind behind this game. I want to play today. So
okay,
all right. You guys cool with that? If
I like it.
Sure.
I will say,
I
will say today, based off today's topic, Appleman said that he would have taken the under, even though he was stuck with the under. He would have taken the under.
Ooh.
All right,
I'll still be going to the Orchard.
Today's category is, we're talking a lot about Micah Parsons and potentially adding a potential Defensive Player of the Year candidate. The last 10 Defensive Players of the Year in the NFL is voted on by the Associated Press. The last 10 Defensive Players of the Year is voted on by the Associated Press. Over-under is set for 6.5.
Okay, I feel okay about this.
Okay.
All right, we're good when you are, Chris.
All right, start the timer in 3, 2, and 1.
So let's knock out. I've got 3 right away that I feel good about. So let's go Myles Garrett, final answer.
Yep.
Myles Garrett was Defensive Player of the Year in the year 2023.
Let's go with T.J. Watt, final answer.
Yep.
T.J. Watt, Defensive Player of the Year in 2021.
J.J. Watt, I think, will be in there, final answer.
J.J. Watt was Defensive Player of the Year in 2015, 2014, and 2012.
The most recent one,
so that's how far back
Patrick
we're going.
Surtain.
Was Patrick Surtain the Defensive Player?
I was just in Denver. Patrick Surtain is the reigning Defensive Player of the
Year.
Year.
All right, I like it. Patrick Surtain, final answer.
That is
all
correct.
right. How about maybe the best defensive lineman of all time, Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald was Defensive Player of the Year in 2020, 2018, and 2017.
Well, that leads Khalil Mack.
So we haven't said Micah Parsons yet, right?
He did, but he didn't win one. He hasn't won one.
He was a rookie.
Was he second?
He's been second twice and took third once. He's been a 3-time finalist.
Oh, wow.
Khalil Mack probably.
Khalil Mack won it. I mentioned that earlier, so let's go with that. Khalil Mack, final answer.
Khalil Mack, Defensive Player of the Year for the Raiders in 2016.
We need one more.
I believe.
Did Clay ever win one?
No.
Charles was winning.
Luke Kuechly might be in there.
What year do you think?
Luke Kuechly, I think, won Defensive Player of the Year. I don't put it on the back burner.
No, I'm going to put it on the back burner because I think it might be too early.
No, I mean, Aaron Donald
won
won
12 is when JJ Watt.
And JJ won multiple.
Oh, but wait, you said
2012.
No, Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald won 3.
Aaron Donald won 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, well then we're good. Yeah. Luke Kuechly, final answer.
Luke
All right, let's try to clear this.
2013 with the Carolina Panthers.
So Clay Matthews won within that time too. Then.
Let's try to. Clay Matthews never won one.
So we have
he
3
never
left
won
to
one.
go.
We came in second. Top 3.
He was definitely.
When did Charles Woodson win it?
He
won
won
the
it in 08.
Oh wow.
So I think it was too long ago. So I don't think Woodson's the correct
He'd
answer.
be close.
He might be close though. With
Clay never won one, huh?
No.
Did like a Bobby Wagner ever win one?
I don't think so. What about like a Legion of Boom member though? Did Richard Sherman ever win one? Did I'm blanking on the safety's name on that defense.
Cam
Chancellor.
I don't know if he ever won one.
Who was the? Chris Jones has never won one, surprisingly.
I don't think so.
He's really good though.
No.
Tom
So we're
Brady.
missing the ones from 2022, from 2019, and 2011.
Okay, so 2 semi-recent ones.
22. Any corners?
Max Crosby ever win one?
Ooh,
he had a big sack year, didn't he?
I don't think so though.
Who would be the 2022 one?
I'm out of answers. I think I'm out.
Yeah, we already won, so it takes away the juice for me too. Yeah, I don't care.
All right, Chris, give us the answers. Who we missed?
2022 was Nick Bosa from the San Francisco 49ers. And 2019, Stephon Gilmore from the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
And 2011 was Terrell Suggs from the Baltimore Ravens.
He sucks.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was going to be
throwback.
Rivas.
Those would have been hard.
2011, I was thinking maybe Revis Island. Okay, interesting. All right, well, we win, so congratulations to Ann from Oconomowoc. We appreciate you believing in us, and now you get your reward with a 4XL T-shirt and an ESPN.
I thought we fixed that. We didn't fix that, huh?
I talked to management about it, so maybe.
Yeah, actually, I saw you talk to management, and management makes a joke about it.
And management didn't. You're referring to Greg Scalzo?
Yeah, he makes a joke. Are we still giving out 4X T-shirts? I don't know. Greg asked the marketing team.
I don't know, Greg. It's your office, pal. Figure it out. All right, we've got 2 hours left to go. We are just getting started. Badger fever, Packer fever. We will talk to Jason Wilde at 3:15. We've got to talk about Jaden Reed, fellas. I'm a little concerned.
No. Who is Liz and what is a Frank?
He doesn't have a Liz Frank, but that's
Jones.
a great reference.
Who is Liz and who is Jones? I don't know.
Talk about the Jones fracture.
Who is Liz Jones?
Whatever.
And why is she
Next.
hurting people?
Kyle Brust-Norman's Ben Brust here for Grimal and Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal and Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies. They're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal and Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal and Associates at teamgrimal.com.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by Fifth Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Steinhoffel's biggest Labor Day sale ever is happening now. Save 10% off store-wide or use Steinhoffel's 60-month 0% financing and get $50 instant cash back for every $4.99 you spend. Plus, buy a premium mattress and get free premier delivery on your entire order. And get amazing doorbusters like a Sealy mattress for only $199. Sofas starting at just $299. Shop Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle Brust and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from Marcus Majestic Cinema in Brookfield. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Kyle Bruston, Nortman, Kyle Stroman, Nortman, live from Marcus Majestic Theater of Brookfield on this Thursday, August 28th, 2025. Kyle Wallace and I out here hanging with you. Hey, with Marcus Movie Club at all Marcus Cinemas, you get one free movie ticket every month, plus unused tickets roll over. You will also enjoy 20% off concessions and unlimited $9.99 tickets, perfect for family and friends. Right now, if you join with an annual membership by September 30th, you'll get one free movie credit and $15 in snack rewards. That is with the Marcus Movie Club. Brad Nortman is back in Madison ahead of the Badgers opener tonight against Miami of Ohio. He will be with the Wisconsin College Game Day crew on ESPN Madison, beginning at 6 o'clock, leading you up to kickoff from Regent Street, the best party in college sports. Bradley, how we feeling? 5 hours till kickoff, buddy.
Feeling pretty good. I could even tell the city was alive. There's nothing quite like Madison on a game day, particularly a night game. I know we're going to be bringing the energy. Just feels good to be in Madison. And honestly, win, lose, or draw, how lucky are we guys that we got sports teams and fans that always bring the party. So that's what we do here in Madison, Wisconsin.
Not partying so much in Green Bay as Jason Wilde over at channel3000.com. Jason, by the way, going to join us in a few minutes, our next segment, to break down all things green and gold. Jason over at channel3000.com reports Jaden Reed, the Packers wide receiver with a Jones fracture. Now, that is the fifth metatarsal, which means your pinky toe, Kyle. For those of you that don't know what a metatarsal is, like Kyle.
Oh, I know what a metatarsal is. And phalanges.
He essentially broke the connector between his pinky toe and the rest of his foot.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great. And doing some research on the Jones fracture, this is terrible news for the Green Bay Packers because basically you going into the year when you drafted Matthew Golden, you understood that you were already going to be missing Christian Watson. Now, I know Christian Watson hasn't been proven to be a number one, not even close to being a number one wide receiver, but he is a weapon that the Green Bay Packers would love to be able to utilize, but he's going to be out with the ACL. But we said, okay, well, Matthew Golden will take pressure off Jaden Reed, and now with this Jones fracture, there may not be Jaden Reed, and if we have Jaden Reed, he may not be close to 100%. This takes a lot of time to rehab and to heal, and if you do come back too early, you could risk hurting it. And so overall, this is terrible news for the Green Bay Packers because the wide receiver position is the one that has a lot of question marks, and unfortunately, going into the season, you're still not going to have a lot of answers because potentially two of your best wide receivers at the end of last season are going to be missing a couple weeks of football this season.
Brad, how are you?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at
it's an interesting one.
It is, and especially a year when we want this offense to take a big jump and Jordan Love to take a big jump. It hurts because Jordan Love has been your leading wide receiver the last 2 years, and if there was even a guy that's even close to, that's even sniffed, that's even looked like a wide receiver one for the Packers the last 2 years, it's been Jaden Reed. We've seen moments from him, and I believe that's going to be Matthew Golden going forward, but the tandem of Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden makes for a dynamic offense because you look around the NFL, guys, just one wide receiver isn't enough. You look around plenty of other teams, and they've got a 1, a 2, and a capable 3, and the Packers might not even have the 1 yet. So when I think about a guy like Jaden Reed, whose game is shifty, it's agile, it's not just wide receiver. Think about all the packages that you can use Jaden Reed in. Think about special teams. Now you got to think about probably boosting up Mecole Hardman. What am I saying? Mecole Hardman to be able to, be the special teams guy. So this has cascading effects, but I just look at it and say, okay, this is why you pay your quarterback $55 million. Quarterback needs to be the street sweeper, if you will. He's got to clean up the mess. So whoever you throw in there, you got to figure out how to make it work because all the greats do it. So if Jordan Love wants to be part of the greats, yeah, it might keep him from having the most potent passing attack in the NFL, but it falls on him to make sure it gets figured out and to do more with less. That's what every great quarterback does, and he's just going to have to be a long line of guys that do that, Kyle. Don't you sigh at Jordan Love. It's time.
We keep talking about more with less. I just want to give this team a legitimate shot. And it's disappointing because, again, I'm not the biggest believer in Christian Watson, but he tears his ACL the last week of the season last season in a game that he really had no business having to play in. And now coming into this year, Jaden Reed's not going to be here. It just seems like you never really have the full roster of wide receivers to truly reach the potential that this offense has. So it's extremely disappointing. Again, I love Matthew Golden, but the Matthew Golden-Jaden Reed tandem was going to be a really good one to me. And Jaden Reed, like you said,
that's true.
He's good. He's really good. Like, he's a really good wide receiver. He's giving you 700, 800 yards. He's not a number one yet, but he's a really good wide receiver. And it just would have made this offense that much more explosive. But now we know that if Jaden Reed plays, will he be healthy? I doubt it.
Yeah, it's sounding like something that's lingering because this is an injury that sometimes, not all the time, but oftentimes requires a surgery. And Jaden Reed obviously opting not for that. He opted for 3 weeks of rest, which helped him to a point, but telling Jason Wilde and reporters yesterday, a little sore after a return to practice yesterday. So we'll see, but certainly not ideal and
limited.
And could bring some problems going forward throughout the season.
And real quick, I don't know what you guys would vote, and I'm certainly no medical doctor, so I don't know how long a surgical recovery would be. I would rather choose him just to take the surgery. I would rather have him be healthy midway through the season and in the playoffs in the first, several weeks, try to play through it. I'd rather have – he's going to be what? Maybe 60%, 70%. This is a total guess. Give me a 100% Jaden Reed starting in Week 8, not a 60 to 70% all year and hope it gets better. I just don't see that happening.
And it looks like 6 to 8 weeks if you have a surgery. So you're right, Brad. It would have been halfway through the season where he's returning.
Don't know if I like that.
I don't like any of
this. I get the grit, and I appreciate playing through it. But I want this team playing its best football in December and January, not in September. And I want our guys healthy then. We saw what happens in Philadelphia when you see guys start to fall. Not good.
That's football, I guess. Huh?
That's what Tausch would say.
But this leaves the door open for Matthew Golden. Now I'm excited for Matthew Golden.
But here's the thing, Brad. But I don't think it opens the door for Matthew Golden because I think the door was always open for Matthew Golden. Jaden Reed wasn't going to take away from Matthew Golden's production because nobody on this roster is going to take away from Matthew Golden's production. The day you drafted him, over 4 months ago now, April 24th, when you drafted Matthew Golden in Green Bay and Mark Murphy did a stand-up comedy bit, he became your number one receiver instantly. He's been the number one receiver on the team since that day. And he's only furthered that narrative and furthered that point throughout the offseason and the preseason. Matthew Golden looks the part. He's the one guy that looks like a true difference maker in that room. Not to say that Jaden Reed and Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs can't be difference makers, but I think play in and play out, there's one guy that is a constant difference maker and field tilter, and that ultimately will be the rookie number 22, Matthew Golden. Now, with the Jaden Reed part of this, obviously I would love to have him on the field. I as you guys know, I love Jaden Reed. I think he's a really dynamic, versatile player and can bring this Packers offense a lot of pop. But this is not encouraging news. This is an injury that could make him miss weeks at a time, and it could make his appearances inconsistent throughout the season. He's opted not for the surgery.
He becomes a decoy.
Not necessarily.
I mean, he's limited.
Well,
he's out
it'll
there.
Be clear
he ain't
pretty
give you
quickly.
everything.
It will be clear.
I will say
we'll know fast.
I will say if I'm a defense that's playing against the Green Bay Packers, my ability to defend them just got a whole lot easier. Because the one thing the Packers had was they could strain you with multiple guys. They might not have a wide receiver one, but they could strain you with multiple guys. If Watson isn't in there, if Reed is a fraction of himself, it becomes a whole lot easier to guard only a couple guys than maybe a stable of 4 that are all capable.
Hey, Cheez-It, the legendary snack cracker, is now available as a frozen pizza. Each crust is a giant original Cheez-It flavored cracker crust that's square-shaped, ultra-thin, super crispy, and the perfect amount of Cheez-It flavor. On top of each crust are flavors that perfectly complement the Cheez-It taste, including Italian 4-cheese, Cheddar Jack Supreme, and my personal favorite, I love the pepperoni Cheez-It pizza. With one of the shortest bake times, it's only 8 minutes. As few as 8 minutes.
That's quick.
You will be from freezing to cheesing in as few as 8 minutes. I usually go about 9. I like it a little bit crispier because that crispy cracker, the Cheez-It, ooh, baby, is that good. Find Cheez-It frozen pizza in your favorite grocer's frozen pizza section. Jason Wilde joins us. Coming up next, it's Kyle Bruston-Ortman. Kyle and I are live from the Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. Brad and Madison. KBN rolls on right after this.
This is Kyle Bruston-Ortman.
We were going to extend more invites, but I just jumped the gun for some reason at the meeting because I thought I was being like funny and personable, and I just don't know how to read the room. I was like, oh, this guy who doesn't know me is going to think it's hilarious that I'm with Josh, and I'm saying, hey, Josh, you didn't get the first round invite. Suck it.
In what world would that person find that funny, though?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, we're dealing with an accident now on 43 southbound as you're making your way towards the Marquette. Right about at Wilde, the left shoulder is blocked with the vehicle. So just be extra careful. It is definitely going to be slow. We've got it pretty much solid all the way down from Capitol Drive, continuing past that point all the way through the Marquette down to the KK River crossing. Southbound 41, also a heavy ride from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive. And then on southbound 894, we've got some backups out of the Zoo interchange all the way down past National Avenue, the northbound side heavy from the Hale interchange up to Oklahoma Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 55. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 68. Today's forecast, sunny skies and a winning shine. Get your first car wash free at TsunamiExpress.com just in time for game day. Tsunami Express. Wash, chill, repeat. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back September 9th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Texas Rangers.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in September 9th at 7:05 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Home buyers are raving about their experiences with the Citizens Bank mortgage team.
Aaron helped me get pre-approved really fast, like before the open house even started.
I called Devin so many times with questions, and he always answered.
It's more than a mortgage. It's your future. And at Citizens Bank, we make it personal. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/mortgage. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. NMLS 746419.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls. Right now, buy 2 windows and get 2 free. No interest for 5 whole years. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One-coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
If your end of summer plans don't include a trip to Macy's, then you're missing out because our Labor Day sale has huge savings to wrap up the season in style, like dresses from Karl Lagerfeld and INC, 100 and under. Plus, just what you need for fall, like Levi's for your whole crew, 30 to 40% off. It's also the best time to update your home with our lowest prices of the season on furniture, mattresses, and more. Hurry in. Macy's Labor Day sale is going on now. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. The Wolf of Wall Street was on the other day when I was flipping through channels. Great family film.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
I'm a naturally inquisitive person.
Holding everybody accountable.
If you feel better about that, I'm happy to do so.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Go time! Kyle Brust and Nortman live from Marcus Majestic at Brookfield Cinema. Alex Strofe, Kyle Wallace here. Brad Nortman back in Madison ahead of the Badgers opener against Miami of Ohio tonight at Camp Randall Stadium at 8 o'clock kickoff on the Big Ten Network. And joining us now, boy, he's had a busy 24-plus hours.
Yeah.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, the co-host of Wilde and Tausch, and, of course, the Packers Insider at Channel3000.com. It's our buddy Jason Wilde joining us on KBN on this Thursday. You haven't broken your pinky toe, have you?
I have not, no. I don't know about Insider. Senior writer, I'm very rarely breaking news. That's why yesterday was such a shock with my information about Jaden Reed.
Jones fracture.
Jones fracture, yes. Better than a Lisfranc fracture.
Well, that's good, Jason. How likely do you believe it is he'll be available next week for the Green Bay Packers when they kick off, I guess on 2 Sundays from now, against the Lions?
Yeah, that's the plan. Now, I suppose he could have a setback, or I suppose they could say, dude, this is crazy. You should not be doing this. But I don't know the severity. I think that's a key part. And it's funny when a story goes viral, how many people chime in. And I get it. That's part of the deal. But I don't know how. Are there degrees of Jones fractures? I would think so, right? So,
Christian Wilkins, I think, is struggling with that.
Yeah, I think Kevin Durant had this many years ago, and then tried to play through it, and then made it worse, and had some real problems with his foot. So again,
that doesn't make me feel any better.
Yeah, no. I think it's it was funny to see. Some people were like, if this is true. Okay, look, I don't do this very often. When I do, I usually have a pretty good source on it. So, a little respect would be appreciated. On the flip side, there were people saying, well, the Packers are usually conservative.
Oh, no. We lost
right?
Jason.
Maybe we'll get to...
Now we got him back.
Look, maybe we'll get to the point where... I don't understand why that happens. Maybe we'll get to the point where they're like, look, you can't do this. This is a terrible idea. But as of now, they feel they are all working in concert. It's not like he's gone rogue and he's, going to see a witch doctor or something. Like, he has been in constant communication with the medical staff, the training staff. They have a protocol he's been through. So the hope would be, obviously, that it's effective and he's going to be fine and ready to go, and he's going to play through pain and be limited in practice but be able to play on Sundays.
Jason, the big story, obviously, Micah Parsons, and I feel like we're living in an alternate reality. I can't believe the Green Bay Packers are actually true contenders in this conversation and favorites in a lot of ways. My question to you is Brian Gutekunst getting or feeling pressure from Ed Policy, or maybe not even direct pressure, but maybe feeling the urgency of an uncertain future under a new president? Is that one of the reasons why he's doing something that's, to me, and in my opinion, pretty uncharacteristic of Brian Gutekunst?
Yeah, I hate to push back on you, Brad, given how beautiful your voice sounds now, but it's not entirely uncharacteristic. Now, it didn't happen in 2018, but he went after Khalil Mack. I mean, he went after him hard. He made an offer to the Raiders for Khalil Mack, and the Bears' offer was better, and the Raiders wanted him to give up both of his first-round picks in 2019, and he refused to do that, so they didn't get Khalil Mack. And, Khalil Mack was pretty good with the Bears, right? I guess I'd have to check in with Jim Rutledge to see how he viewed that transaction. But he was ready to pay him $141 million like the Bears did. Like, he was ready to do that. And ultimately it didn't happen. So it's not like it's completely unrealistic. The thing about this Micah Parsons thing, as I'm sure you know, is this ain't Trey Hendrickson. This ain't TJ Watt. All those guys have had their 30th birthday. This guy is 26. The fact that this has even gotten to this point is asinine. So, again, do I think it's going to happen? No. But I thought, and Strofe and I talked about this today when we were taping Weekly Wilde, like, I thought Goody's answer, as Strofe put it, was kind of un-Goody-like. Like, pretty revealing about his thought process when I asked him. So, look, I think that it's better than 50-50 that it happens? No, I definitely don't. If I'm the Cowboys and I am going to finally say, okay, we're willing to trade him, I don't want to trade him to a team I'm playing in Week 4 and a team I'm competing with in the NFC to go to the Super Bowl. I'm trading him somewhere else. So I don't think it's likely, but if you read the story from Adam Schefter and Todd Archer and Dan Graziano, there has been a shift there at the Star in Frisco, and they are at least listening to the idea and potential offers for Micah Parsons. And that's a step toward him being available and him actually being traded. I still don't think it'll happen, but I don't think we can say that there's 100% likelihood that he will not be traded.
Oh, that is music to my ears. But, Jason, do you hate the idea of rotating left tackles as much as I do? Because Matt LaFleur yesterday in his presser mentioned the idea of maybe they'll rotate Rasheed Walker and Jordan Morgan through the season because it's something that they did before. Isn't that a bad idea?
Yeah, I don't probably hate it as much as you, but you're more strongly opinionated than I am. I mean, I don't love it. They did it at right guard last year with Morgan and Sean Ryan.
It's different.
It is different. Exactly. It's exactly what I was going to say. It's different than doing it at left tackle. I personally would not recommend it. I would not be in favor of it. But if they're to go back to Brad's question, maybe they are feeling pressure about a lot of things. And maybe the next thing they're feeling pressure about is having their first-round pick from last year on the field. But, again, I think you have to do what's right for your team. I mean, these jobs, you get hired to get fired, right? Like, everybody in this business gets fired eventually. Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl, and he got fired. So let's just do what's right. And if Rasheed Walker being the starter is the right thing, even though he wasn't the first-round pick last year, then just do it, right? Let's not fiddle and diddle, as Homer likes to say, with playing a guy because he's a first-round pick. Look, he has looked good in the 2 preseason games the last couple weeks. At the same time, I think it's important to emphasize that the preseason's different than the regular season. And if you don't have Micah Parsons on your team, but you need to be blocking him, I think it's worth going back and checking the tape from the last time the Packers played the Cowboys, and Rasheed Walker had a really good day against Micah Parsons. And that should count for something as well.
Protect his blind side, man. Protect your franchise quarterback.
Whoever's out there better be doing that. Jason Wilde with us here on Kyle Brust and Norman for a few more minutes. I guess I'm just going back to the Jaden Reed thing and all of the injuries that have piled up. Have we seen Dontavian Wickstead? Has he practiced? Did he practice yesterday?
He did. Yep. He took part in practice, too.
So he's good to go?
Limited basis. I'm going to answer that the way Matt LaFleur does. I hope so. I hope so.
Gosh. When he says that it's a good thing, bad thing, what does that mean?
I hope so because he's out there. It's a calf, so he's been dealing with the calf for a while. But I don't like. I feel like with him and with McKinney, like those two, I think we're going to be okay. Let's just be safe with them because remember, we have experienced far too many calf is connected to the Achilles rupture situations of late that I don't think you want to mess with that. So I think they probably just played it safe with those two guys. We've discussed the Reed thing. You know, Nate Hobbs was not practicing yesterday or today. He was doing rehab. So whether or not he's ready for the opener, I'm a skeptic on that. I feel good about what they've got. Right? You got Keyshawn on one side. You got Carrington, Valentine, Strofsky on the other, and then you got Bullard in the slot. I think they can function that way without panicking. But you certainly, against this offense, you'd rather have all hands on deck. But again, I don't think you don't want to rush him back and have him further damage his knee, and then you're without Hobbs for 8 weeks instead of 1 week. So if he misses the opener and if he misses the Commanders game on the 11th, not ideal, but not the end of the world.
I would agree with that. Jason, how often do you and Paula hold hands?
Not very often, but a lot of times it's because we're not in the same place. With the girls both playing 2 sports in the fall simultaneously.
Huh?
Yeah.
They divide and conquer.
High school? No, they both play 2 sports.
Yeah, they're both on the golf team, and then Sid also plays volleyball, and Maddie also runs cross country. She's Maddie, by the way. If I could dad brag for a second.
Go ahead, do it.
She's a sophomore. She ran varsity as a freshman on a torn meniscus against Doc McKenzie's advice, and she's their second fastest varsity runner as a sophomore, which is pretty awesome.
All right.
So
get it from their mom, obviously.
Clearly.
Yeah, they get their speed from me, no doubt about it. Yep.
No, they get it from Uncle Strofe, to be exact.
Oh, well, I'm so glad they're more athletic.
They're watching film. You should see them in the 3-cone drill.
It would be a sight to behold. Jason, we appreciate the time. We'll be listening to you tomorrow from 9 to noon on Wilde and Tausch, and we'll be watching you on Weekly Wilde on ESPN Milwaukee. Thanks.
Can't wait to watch it again. Yes. All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
I don't think he's watched it. He just participated in it. But over 500 of you have already watched it in the first few hours. You can get it on ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, an in-depth conversation with myself and mostly Jason Wilde on everything that's going on in Green and Gold Land this week over at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. We are on the road to 20K subscribers on ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Right, Kyle?
Mm-hmm. On the road to 20K.
So make sure you get over there and subscribe if you haven't already on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, where you can watch us live. Kyle and I are live from the Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. Brad is in Madison at the Everlight Solar Studio ahead of Wisconsin College Game Day's debut tonight as the Badgers take on Ohio of Miami. No, Miami of Ohio, rather. Whoa, I'm all screwed up.
Ohio of Miami.
Miami of Ohio. Do you think there's an Ohio of Miami?
No.
An Ohio in Florida?
The only reason it's called Miami of Ohio because people need to know that that's where it's at, not Florida. Miami.
Good point by you. All right, we will get some more additional thoughts on the Badgers home opener and the season opener coming up tonight from Bucky Bradley. Coming up next, it's Kyle Bruston-Nortman, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman.
800-990-3776. Say that again. What a radio pro.
He's so...
Say that again. Nobody said a word.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound 43, we're still dealing with an accident right about at Wells Street off on the left shoulder, so watch out for that. Delays coming in from Hampton, pretty much all the way down to that scene. Beyond that, onto 4394 southbound, we're seeing delays off of the high-rise bridge heading down towards the KK River crossing. Westbound 94 is slowing down from about 20th Street all the way to about Hawley Road. On the eastbound side, we got backups from 84th Street to Hawley, and then again right through the Stadium interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Partly cloudy skies, a low of 55. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 68. Weather is brought to you by Avondale Roofing. Raise the roof and your standards with Avondale Roofing, your trusted partner for over 30 years. Remember, they get on top so you don't have to. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Get out this summer and experience Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake, Road America is home to the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn circuit that's hosted the world's best since 1955. Camp on site all weekend, enjoy state fair-style food, and bring the family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult. Don't miss Arian's Art on Wheels, September 12th through the 14th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets now at roadamerica.com.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic. Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water. Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular. The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman. Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist, the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's. We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
August is the final month of the summer savings event at Cunis, and the best deals just got hotter. Don't miss the final weeks of this exclusive event at nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis locations in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and the new Cunis Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. We've refreshed new vehicle savings and incentives on the most popular cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. And check your local dealer website for a new set of 10 pre-owned super specials. With fall and winter on the horizon, check out our service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of Cunis of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of Cunis of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Get outside and enjoy the summer savings event at Cunis. Start your search online at CunisMilwaukee.com.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family-owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mr. Jones fracture for Packers wide receiver Jaden Reed. Not ideal. It's Kyle Bruston Nortman, Alex Stroop, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman hanging out with you on ESPN Wisconsin. ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube. Bradley is out in Madison, which Kyle and I were just discussing in the break. That's the place to be this weekend.
Man, listen, you got a Thursday night Badger football game for the season opener / home opener. Then you got Friday with all the kids back on campus. And, Brad, it is a long holiday because it's Labor Day. I'm telling you, Thursday, Friday,
you got 4
Saturday,
days to party in Madison.
Sunday, oh, my gosh, that is the place to be. If I was still in that type of lifestyle, I would envy.
Brad's not coming home. Brad's not coming home this weekend.
I'm rolling back the clock. 15 years here, baby. I remember my senior year, the year that Russell Wilson was the quarterback, went to the Rose Bowl and played the Oregon Ducks. First time ever that we had changed it up and opened the season on a Thursday night. We played Northern Illinois, and we beat them like 42-10, something like that. It was absolutely beautiful to play Thursday night, to be able to just sweep the floor with them, go out Thursday night and enjoy that Labor Day weekend as a college student, freed up and enjoying life. So I'm sure these boys will be doing that. They just got to get that win just like we did against Northern Illinois.
Just got to get that win. 17.5. You both said you don't think they cover. I do think they're going to cover. I think they're going to come out and impress some folks tonight. Billy Edwards Jr. is going to have that offense hooting and hollering a little
How
bit.
did Billy do last year?
Well, he played in Maryland. He didn't have the offense. He didn't have the beefy offensive line like he has in Wisconsin.
Oh, is our offensive line still good?
I don't know. You kept calling him beefy before.
I called the defensive line beefy. Beefy, but
they've got quite a few returning starters.
Yeah,
they do.
The offensive line's better.
Shout out to the kid from Whitefish Bay, Joe Brunner.
Oh, yeah. He's been around a few years.
It's junior year, redshirt sophomore year, one of the two.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I think Billy Edwards is going to throw the ball a bit. First-year offensive coordinator and Jeff Grimes.
Billy Edwards, I'll say this. We're going to love this kid because he's tough as nails. He's athletic as well. He's exciting to watch. He's going to have a little Brooks Bollinger in him.
As long as he doesn't get hurt like the last two transfer quarterbacks.
Can't promise that.
Okay,
Can't promise that. All about the offensive line.
Well, hopefully they're beefy. Go ahead, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's the kind of guy who is not unlike a prototypical Wisconsin quarterback. You say Brooks Bollinger, Jim Sorgi. I mean, there's plenty of names through the years. Not quite a Scott Tolzien, but a guy that you just try not to, hey, make no mistakes. Let's manage the game, hammer the ball with the run game, which is going to be Coach Grimes' offense that he's bringing here, much more like the traditional Wisconsin program, and take shots when it makes sense and if not, check down. I just think that this team deviated so far from its identity, from its culture, from who are they able to bring in and develop across the board. And my big thing that I want to see this year, of course, I want to see the upset like I called. Of course, I want to see 6 wins, and of course, 6 or more wins. And of course, I want to see the Badgers reclaim the Paul Bunyan axe. I want to see 0 quit this year. A 0 quit. I mean, I can't tell you the level of embarrassment that I had as a former player and as an alum watching Iowa, Nebraska, and Minnesota games last year. Teams that are sort of your contemporary and those you should be, getting after. You should go 2 out of 3 of those games most years of being absolutely embarrassed and guys quit. It was a disgrace to the W, and it's something that you just cannot have happen again. Now, it's a combination of players and coaches, but clearly there was a disconnect. Has that disconnect been fixed? Are these players bought in? And I don't care if you're matched up against Ohio State or if you're matched up against the Red Hawks of Ohio of Miami. You have to bring it, and you can never
Ohio of Miami.
You can never be embarrassed the way that they were last year. That is, I don't want to necessarily play the narrative of firing Coach Fickle or anything like that. The season hasn't even started. But if I see any
trigger for Brad Norman. Jeez.
Now hold on. I'm saying if I see a fireable offense is any level of quit. That'll be 2 years in a row of players giving up on the field. That is inexcusable. That is a fireable offense on the spot to me. Not necessarily the wins or losses. That might play a role. But any level of quit in these players, fireable offense on the spot.
Brad Nortman, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe with you. Kyle and I are live at the Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. Coming up next, a Marcus Cinema legend. This guy has been awesome on TikTok. Tyler Patterson. He's been on a unique journey. He's on a unique mission on social media across Marcus theaters across the state. We will chat with Tyler Patterson coming up next live at Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. It's Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Do you think? Nope.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Okay, gang, we have to talk about the all-new ESPN app. The most live sports, the best championship moments, and so much more. Monday Night Football, college football, NBA, WNBA, NHL, NWSL, college hoops, volleyball, softball, gymnastics, lacrosse, the list goes on and on. Plus, shows like SportsCenter with SVP, First Take with Stephen A., College Game Day, the entire 30 for 30 library. It is all of ESPN, all in one place. Sign up now.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One-coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
If your end of summer plans don't include a trip to Macy's, then you're missing out because our Labor Day sale has huge savings to wrap up the season in style. Like dresses from Karl Lagerfeld and INC, 100 and under. Plus, just what you need for fall. Like Levi's for your whole crew, 30 to 40% off. It's also the best time to update your home with our lowest prices of the season on furniture, mattresses, and more. Hurry in. Macy's Labor Day sale is going on now. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make some money? My Week 0 plays were absolutely on fire. 13-2 across all sports during Saturday of Week 0. Now it's Week 1 of the college football season. Are you ready to make money? Go to FatJackSports.com. It's less than $100 a week to turn a profit betting the games. All the games are documented, they're posted, and you'll get a recommended betting guide that will help you make money betting on sports this week. FatJackSports.com. Sign up today and win this weekend.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Bruston Nortman, Kyle Strofe and Nortman today live from the Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. What a beautiful location this is. Huge lobby, bunch of restaurant options. The bar right across if you need a quick 5 o'clock.
Hey, you're driving, I'm riding. So I can do what I want.
Brad Norman with us as well. He's back at Madison, head of the Badgers opener tonight. And we're really excited to be joined now by Tyler Patterson, who's on TikTok. He's awesome. He's got 14,000 followers. He's like become a local celebrity the last couple of weeks.
Million views on one of his videos.
Guys, come on.
We're going to flatter you because you came and joined us here, Tyler. But you've been on a very unique mission. And I would like to hear about this mission because we knew we were going to be here at a Marcus Cinema. And I saw your video come up on my TikTok feed, and I went, this dude's nuts, but I love it. Tell us about the mission you're on.
The mission is titled Operation Meet Greg Marcus, and it is as simple as the name suggests. I am on a mission to try every Marcus theater I can until I meet the movie legend himself, that being Greg Marcus.
What made you want to go to, I mean, movies are great, and we love Marcus Theaters and Marcus Cinema, but what made you want to be on this mission?
Well, I mean, I wish I had a more profound answer than I think Greg is just a Milwaukee legend in my eyes. I mean, if you live in Wisconsin, you've been to a Marcus Theater like more than twice, you're probably going to be in the same camp as me. But there is something about that, like 22nd, as I like call it, the Greg trailer, where it's kind of like Nicole Kidman at AMC. You've got like the cinematic epic trailer right before the movie kicks off, except it's a like corny dad joke right before the movie kicks off.
Always telling you to turn your phone off.
No, he never does, actually.
Oh, he tells you to put it on vibrate.
He puts it on silent. But I think he just says, like, be respectful. Typically. I've noticed that. I picked up on that.
Yeah, I'm in the camp of no phone at the movies.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm respecting Greg if I can.
I love that. No bright lights.
So you've always been like, go ahead, Brad.
Well, real quick, how often do you go to the theaters to try to make this happen?
So, without fail, I'm there once a week trying a new location. Yeah. I love a movie theater experience just as much as watching a movie. I think there is something to be said about the event of seeing a movie. I used to collect ticket stubs, and I could tell you, like, I could pull a ticket from 2012, tell you who I saw it with, remember the drive there, the drive back, the event of seeing that movie. And there's something about Marcus Theater events.
A topic that's been popular on our show time and time again is, are you a solo moviegoer? Do you go by yourself, or do you always have somebody with you? Because I feel like that's one experience you can go to alone, no judgment from anybody.
On this mission, it has strictly been solo missions. And to tell you the truth, I think I've started to enjoy the solo mission more because there's no fear of loving a movie that someone doesn't love.
Yes.
I think that I prefer on repeat watches to bring someone. Like, perfect example of this is Sinners this year. Like, a movie that's special, you watch it the first time, and then you bring a new person.
You got to watch it twice.
Right.
Anyways.
I think I saw it like 4 times.
Can I just say with that movie, don't you think they should do a prequel? Leading up to, like, how he got there?
Only if Coogler wants a prequel.
Oh, look, this is a movie guy. He's a movie guy. Only if the director and writer, Ryan Coogler wants to actually do it. It has to be him. I love it.
That's his baby, man. It's his call.
I love that. I love that so much, man.
Tyler Patterson, our guest here on Kyle Bruston Nortman. We are live at Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. Bradley?
I feel like I'm talking to a movie expert, so I got to ask, your best movie of all time?
Without a doubt, it's 12 Angry Men. I know that's like the nerdy pick 50s movie, but yeah, it is top to bottom, I think, the only perfect movie I've ever seen.
You ever think about rating movies like Roger Ebert, R.I.P., like he used to do?
So, funny enough, I actually am developing a movie app of myself for grading not just movies, but the experience. And the experience grade is called the Blast Grade. So, I feel like every app out there, Rotten Tomatoes, Letterboxd, you're rating on not really an objective scale, but an objective scale. And I think that the event is just as important. Like,
can I ask you a question?
Hit me.
Are you a genius?
He comes, you know what?
I think I'm a nerd.
No. You come off as very intelligent. Like, I feel like I'm in the presence of a young, like, smart individual.
25.
Okay, so you know what you got on your ACT. Wow. It was high, wasn't it?
I think it was probably around 25.
Okay, that's good. It's good. It's not a 36, you know.
No.
I was expecting a 33 or something.
But you're a bright, intelligent young man, but you also have something in common with me, is you love Marcus Cinema, Marcus Theaters. And I know for me, I grew up going to the Northtown Cinema in Milwaukee off 76th Street. No longer exists, but, like, those memories you have talking about recalling a 2012. In 2012, you were just young. You were still a kid at that time. And so that's just great to be able to have that part of your memories, man. So that's wonderful. How you feel about that new SpongeBob movie coming out?
Oh, boy.
Can't you believe SpongeBob starring in another one?
I will say, my first memory of a theater experience, seeing the first SpongeBob movie with my mom.
Really?
No doubt. Dude, I can picture the posters at the Kendall 11 in Oswego, Illinois, right now. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so we arrived here to set up a little bit early. I got to tell you the story. Kyle sits down. He sees that sign for SpongeBob, and he goes, SpongeBob movie? He's in another one? He thinks SpongeBob's like Leonardo DiCaprio and is like a Hollywood superstar. He referred to him as he.
Kyle.
Listen, SpongeBob is part of my life since I was 10 years old, been part of your entire life. SpongeBob is a classic, so knowing he's still doing it at a high level, love it. Love it. Absolutely love it, man.
Tyler Patterson, I guess. Ty, a couple things before we let you go. So, Bucks won the championship. You're a Bucks fan, I assume.
Yes.
2021. Ring night the following season. What happened?
All right. Funny enough, I was given a text, hey, we've got free tickets to the Bucks game tonight. Are you in? I declined that ticket to go see a movie here at the Majestic Cinema at Brookfield.
Do you remember what movie it was?
Wow.
Don't remember?
No,
you see
I do.
Too many. Oh, you do remember?
Halloween Kills. It was one of the most disappointing movies of the last 10 years. Guys, my friends still rip on me for not being at that Bucks game. It still haunts me.
No pun intended, by the way.
Yeah, no pun. Right.
They gave up.
Oh, wow.
You missed out, man.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, dude, we were like 4 rows back behind the seat there, the bleachers or the bench. Just a bad beat.
All right, bad beat indeed. Genius Tyler Patterson is with us. Tyler, before we let you go, I need to hear about where we can find you, how we can support the mission, and how we can finally make it happen that you meet Greg Marcus.
The simplest way, guys, follow me on TikTok. Just search my name, Tyler Patterson. You'll find me. Marcus Theaters, just like, comment, share all those videos titled Operation Meet Greg Marcus.
Operation. You almost titled it like a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is a movie. Perfect world, and this is me shooting my shot at Greg. Like, I'd love to meet the man. Perfect world. I want a cameo in one of those Greg trailers, you know. You got to be kidding me. Greg, I'm not kidding you. Yeah, no kidding. What a pleasure. Nice to meet you, sir.
Greg Marcus joins us now.
I knew it.
On Kyle Brust and Nortman. Greg, have you seen these videos from Tyler? This is quite the commitment from him.
I've seen him. Yes.
I am about
commitment is a word. Yes, I do think that is a word you could use.
As we are live at Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. So Tyler Patterson's been on this journey of meeting Greg Marcus. Greg Marcus is here. He's popped up behind him. Tyler was spooked by him because Greg gave me the shush as he was walking up. So I looked as fast as I could to look away. So Tyler, now what? Do we have to go? We have to go put you in a theater. I don't know what's next.
Done.
I don't think he's done.
You have met me in a theater. I appreciate your diligence. I know you said that you didn't want to cheat and go see me somewhere else, but
right, yeah. I wanted to earn it, you know.
So
you earned it.
You got him right here. What question you want to ask? Anything? You got Greg Marcus, the guy you want to have right here.
Greg, I mean, first question that comes to mind: what is your favorite theater experience growing up? The best event cinema?
Oh, man. What's the best events? Do I have to go back to my youth? Are you saying to go back that far?
If you can do it.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm old.
Oh, if. Wow.
I think probably going to see Blazing Saddles with my grandfather.
Nice.
That was, he took me, and it was probably inappropriate.
How old do you think you were?
Too young.
Too young. Do you want to ask about the SpongeBob movie? Because you're very excited about it.
No, I mean, I'm just glad they got SpongeBob.
Right.
But of
who
course
lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Exactly.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
If nautical nonsense be something you wish,
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Then drop on the deck and flop like a fish.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Greg, you got it solo.
Oh, my gosh.
SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob
SquarePants.
Wow, I see why you wanted to meet Greg Marcus.
I see.
Not only do they have great theaters, they got a great guy here leading it.
We were just talking about you before you walked in. You don't tell people to shut off their cell phones, correct?
Never. I've never said it. Clearly, people feel very guilty of something I've noticed.
So what do you say that makes people think you said that?
Nothing. In fact, I actually laid a rule out when we first started doing these. I will never be the person to say, because I don't want to be the bad guy. I want to go up there for a few minutes, have a little bit of fun. I mean, this all started. Actually, interesting. We talk about this today because they kicked off the United Way campaign today for the community. It all started. I was chairing the United Way campaign in 2012 for Milwaukee, and they said, you seem like fun because I'm just sort of a fun guy, and would you give us a free PSA, a public service announcement for the United Way campaign? Would you do it yourself? I'd never been on the screens before. I said, well, if I could go and have a little bit of fun and welcome people, I would do it. And that's sort of how we ended up here today. But the one rule I laid down was I never want to be the guy who tells people, you can't do this, you turn off your cell phones. We'll put those messages up. But everybody thinks they're like, you're the guy who tells me to turn off our phone. I'm like, you must feel so freaking guilty as you're sitting there looking like this.
So have you used your phone in a theater before?
I'm sorry, what?
Smart answer.
Smart answer indeed.
Technical difficulties here.
Yeah, technical difficulties, but we have to get out. This was awesome. Tyler, thank you. Greg, thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it. We've got another hour left. We'll get back to Micah Parsons and the Packers and all the
Micah
in-betweens.
Parsons might not be. He might be leaving the
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Maybe calling
my
Green
God,
Bay.
because I haven't watched enough Get Up and First Take to know that.
We got to listen to KBN, Greg.
Anything else to talk about? Oh, my God.
More talk coming up after this. It's Kyle Brust-Norman, ESPN Wisconsin.
Still kind of a slow ride on southbound 43 coming in from just south of Silver Spring all the way down through the Marquette. We're going to be passing an accident right about at Wells Street off on the left shoulder, still being worked on, and then over the high-rise bridge. Got some debris on the northbound side right about at the National on-ramp, so just heads up with that. Eastbound 94, we've got some backups through the Barker Road area from Highway F, and on the westbound side, we got some delays coming out of the Marquette all the way to about Holly Road. Back on the brakes from Highway 100, pretty much in patches all the way to Brookfield Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 55. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 68. Weather's brought to you by The Pickler, Menominee Falls, your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts, unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics, all under one roof. Join today at thepickler.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. This summer, I'm getting relief from the hot sun whenever I need it with my motorized retractable awning from Comfort Awnings. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors all summer long. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $200 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in, it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
KBN Nation, you know I'm always looking for a deal, and this is a deal you do not want to pass up. Tsunami Express is offering its top-tier wash for free when you sign up for your first wash online. That's right, a free $25 top-tier wash with Tsunami Express, all when you sign up online for your first wash. You're going to get the gloss, the protection, the free vacuums, detailing tools, and even tire air at every location. Locations all around southeastern Wisconsin make it easier than ever. Head to TsunamiExpress.com to get that offer today. Tsunami Express. Wash, chill, repeat.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from Marcus Majestic Cinema in Brookfield. This is Kyle Brust-Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN, brought to you by Signing Unlimited.
Now this is some breaking news.
We've been talking about it for 48 hours. The unbelievable has happened. The Green Bay Packers have done it. The Dallas Cowboys, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, have traded all-pro defensive end and linebacker, 3-time all-pro defensive end and linebacker, Micah Parsons, to the Green Bay Packers. The Packers and Micah Parsons have agreed to a 4-year, $188 million contract extension, which puts Micah Parsons in green and gold through 2028. Micah Parsons, I can't believe I'm about to say these words. Wow. Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer. We do not have the full details on trade compensation, what the Packers have sent to the Cowboys just yet. We'll work on getting that for you. But it is an absolute honor and a thrill as a Green Bay Packers fan to announce Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer. Kyle Wallace, we start with you.
My job is to work in radio and to have something to say, but I am I can't believe it because this is something, again, we haven't seen as Green Bay Packers fans. And this is big. This is a big message that is sent, and I'm glad Goody did this because we have been clamoring for the Green Bay Packers to finally make a big move, but never did I truly believe when this offseason started that by the time that we kick off in Green Bay against the Detroit Lions that we would have one of the best defensive players in the NFL. This is a monumental move for Green Bay, and this is the day of August 28th, 2025 that Packers fans will talk about forever, where the Green Bay Packers finally went all in. We have our quarterback. Now we have our quarterback of the defense in Micah Parsons to be a difference maker. This is huge news, Packers Nation. This is huge news, KBN. This is unbelievable as the Packers have made it happen. Goody, you just got yourself a lot more time as a Green Bay Packer GM. This is crazy.
Brad Nortman.
Guys, the Packers Super Bowl window, we've talked about good team knocking on the door. Brian Gutekunst put his foot through the door, knocked it open, put the entire league on notice with this trade. I will say it here, I will never again criticize Brian Gutekunst for not being someone that doesn't go all in, that isn't willing to take the big shot, that's only willing to stay in his comfort zone. There's nothing comfortable about a trade like this. I'm sure the compensation was nothing short of a king's ransom, but that is exactly who we got in Micah Parsons, a king of the defensive line, Reggie White of the 90s, Charles Woodson of the 2000s, Micah Parsons of the 2020s. That is what Packer fans have in store for them. All that's remaining, that stands in the way of this team being a true Super Bowl appearance and championship, is Jordan Love taking the next step to elite. If and when Jordan Love does that and he becomes a top 5 quarterback, you've got your defensive superstar. You've got plenty of defensive superstars with now Micah Parsons, Edgerrin Cooper, Xavier McKinney. When Jordan Love takes that next step, this team will find itself in the Super Bowl, and we will point back to this date as being a marquee moment, as when Goody put his flag in the ground and said the drought needs to be over. We are going to trade for Micah Parsons. Seismic and franchise-shifting moment for the Green Bay Packers.
This is the defining moment of Brian Gutekunst as the general manager of the Green Bay Packers. I think a lot of us point back to draft day in 2020 when he drafted that quarterback out of Utah State in Jordan Love to be the heir apparent to a 4-time MVP in Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. I think we viewed that as the move that would define Brian Gutekunst's tenure in Green Bay as the general manager. That is no longer the case. This is as big of a deal as a general manager in professional sports can make. He just brought in a complete field tilter, a complete game changer, a guy that can completely change everything about a defense. And for us to spend all offseason reflecting on last season and saying the Packers do not have a field tilter, they do not have a game changer on that defense, that is no longer the case. The Packers not only have a field tilter and a game changer, they have one of the best defensive players in the National Football League on their defensive line. And he, by the way, is only 26 years old. He, by the way, is one of 26 players in NFL history to be a 4-time Pro Bowler in his first 4 seasons, and he is the first player in NFL history to be a 4-time Pro Bowler in his first 4 seasons and play for a different team in the 5th season. What Brian Gutekunst just did was grab every poker chip that he could find in 1265 Lombardi Avenue. He then went across the street to the gas station, bought more poker chips, and he shoved every single one in the middle of the table and said, like he did in January, after the Packers were eliminated by the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoffs, it's about time this team starts competing for championships. And this is his move. His number one move as the general manager of this team that reflects what he said back in January. It's time this team starts competing for championships. You just acquired one of, if not the best defensive player and game wrecker on defense in the National Football League. Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer.
I mean, when you look at it, the fact he's the only player in NFL history to record 12 sacks or more in his first 4 seasons. But this is the big move for me. This is the difference when you got somebody who's actually motivated to win a championship. And this is no knock on Mark Murphy, but Mark Murphy was thinking about building the organization on the field and off the field because that is his responsibility. But Ed Policy wants one thing too. He wants to win a title, and I promise you, I guarantee you, Ed Policy had a conversation with Goody and said, if we have a chance to go get this guy, you go get this guy. And that is exactly what happened. This is what you need at the top. A guy like Ed Policy, the president of this organization, that is thinking about championships. He's not thinking about building up title town. He's not thinking about building hotels. He ain't thinking about just bringing a draft. No, he's thinking about bringing the Lombardi Trophy back to Lambeau Field, and this is a first step in doing this. My goodness, y'all, the Packers just got themselves a guy. The Packers could have the MVP of the league and the defensive MVP on their football team. That is how good this football team can be with Micah Parsons.
Can I tell you how big of a deal this is? I very quickly went to our friends at Potawatomi and their sports book to see how the odds have changed. And wouldn't you know that NFC North and Super Bowl and NFC Championship odds taken down. Not even able to bet. It's a complete reset. That's what this is. It is a complete reset in the NFL. I don't know if you guys are like me, but for so many years, when I watch the Green Bay Packers, what do I get excited about? I get excited about the offense. I get excited about the quarterback. Very rarely and only in specific times when you have a guy like Charles Woodson or Clay Matthews or Reggie White, do I get excited to watch the defense. I am excited to watch the defense. And not only does it show and reflect in the betting odds that everything gets scrapped away and needs to now be reevaluated, something that I think about yesterday when Brian Gutekunst was at his press conference and he was talking about, pursuing guys and a long, hard look. Now we know why he was saying that. But I think that this reflects how he views this roster. And we've said this all throughout when Trey Hendrickson, TJ Watt, and Max Crosby seemingly were available. We feel like this team is one player away, one specific player away, particularly on the defensive line, the second most position in football. I believe this team is one player away. Goody thinks this team's one player away. That one player away just arrived in Green Bay.
We knew yesterday, we knew yesterday when Goody was doing that press conference and they asked him those questions, we knew something was up when Goody was talking about, we're always looking to try to get better. He didn't shut it down. He didn't talk about how he has the guys in the room. And again, we don't know exactly what the trade compensation is going to be. There potentially maybe a player going out for the Green Bay Packers, have no idea what that's going to be. But I guarantee you I know that player is not the caliber of a guy like a Micah Parsons. And think about this defensive line now. We talked about Rashawn Gary. If he's not the guy that's being traded, Rashawn Gary was our alpha dog on the defensive line. He was our number one pass rusher. If you still now have Rashawn Gary and you add in Micah Parsons, it makes everybody else on that defensive line that much better. Again, we don't know if Edrin Cooper may still be a Green Bay Packer, but now having a guy like that potentially paired up with a Micah Parsons makes you that much better. This is a monumental move by the Green Bay Packers, and I'm guaranteeing y'all this right now. The outlook for the season for the Packers is a lot better, and how I feel about this defense and what Jeff Hafley can do, because we already know Hafley was a hell of a football coach when it came to creating a game plan with working with less. Well, guess what? Hafley has more, and now Hafley's going to have the opportunity to cook up with Micah Parsons. This defense is going to be a top 5 defense. This might be the number 1 defense in football.
I'll just say this. I want to do some cleanup on some of the compensation and everything that went into this. So, once again, it is a 4-year, $188 million deal for Micah Parsons. That is his new contract with the Green Bay Packers. That is $47 million per year. Micah Parsons, who at one point, very briefly, but at one point was the highest paid quarterback in the National Football League. The Packers now are also rostering the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Micah Parsons just became that with his new contract in Green Bay. The trade compensation does not make me as uncomfortable as I thought it would. According to Ian Rappaport, it's 2 first-round picks.
Oh,
there might be some more.
Come on.
There might be some other picks, but 2 first-round picks from Green Bay to Dallas. That's according to Ian Rappaport. We do not have the entirety of the compensation, but Ian Rappaport suggests it nets Dallas 2 first-rounders from Green Bay. So not only does it seem, at least on the surface, that this is maybe the most unbelievable. It's the most unbelievable Packers deal of my lifetime. It's as simple as that at 26 years old. It's not even close.
Easily.
It's looking like Goody got it done. Well, obviously, he had to dish out some cash, right? He just paid the highest paid contract of a non-quarterback in NFL history. And that deal, of course, negotiated by David Mulgeta, who also happens to be Jordan Love's agent. So Jordan Love's agent at one point had the highest paid quarterback contract in NFL history, now the highest paid non-quarterback in franchise history or in NFL history. I'm blown away. I think we all owe an apology to Ricky Scoops.
Not me. I believe in Pretty Ricky.
Listen, I think we all owe an apology to him.
Pretty Ricky put it out there, and I said, listen, Ricky don't miss. He said $45 million a year. and it was $47 million. Ricky don't miss, man. Come on.
Here's what I want to do. I want to get a quick statement from the three of us, kind of some final thoughts, and then I want to open up the phone lines to KBN Nation. The number right now, Chris Larson, who's producing our show, and a frontline player now, Schefter reporting. It is 2 first-round picks and a frontline player. We don't know who the player is, so we will keep you posted on who that is, but it is 2 first-round picks and a player. That from Adam Schefter. We do not know who the player is. Kyle Wallace, it's a monumental move for this franchise. The Green Bay Packers now have Micah Parsons on their defense. Your thoughts?
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers have Micah Parsons on the defense, and this is the big move that you need. And it's not just about what Micah Parsons can do for this football team this year. It is about what Micah Parsons and what Jordan Love paired up can do for this football year for many years to come. So this is a big move. This doesn't mean you're going to win a championship, though, right? This doesn't mean you're going to win a championship, but it gives you the building blocks that you need to achieve exactly what you're trying to do, and that is to win a Super Bowl title. So this is a monumental day, a monumental move for the Green Bay Packers. But again, now the real work begins. Get them in here practicing. I'm sure his back's going to be okay. And let's work to become a great defense, a great offense, and a championship football team. So now the real work begins coming up this next couple of weeks as we get ready for week 1.
Brad Nortman.
There are a few times in life where everything changes. For the Green Bay Packers, everything has just changed. Not only have they set a new precedent for how they do business and how the Ed Policy tenure in Green Bay will now be different from the Mark Murphy one, which had a lot of success, but clearly the Ed Policy time is going to be way different. There's a sense of urgency, and pulling off a trade like this, it's not just a change in modern Green Bay Packer history. This is a massive trade for the NFL standard, and everything good in life does not come cheap. Anything good that you have, anything good in your life is going to come at an expensive clip. That includes contract, maybe even a couple first-round draft picks. But this is a seismic moment, and I think that we are not only can we say that, oh, the Packers are right there, the Packers are firmly cementing their place as Super Bowl contenders.
We are live. We are live at Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema for what is going to go down as a terrific day in Green Bay Packers history. The trade terms are final. The Cowboys have traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers.
For who?
The Packers have returned 2 first-round picks and a guy they were going to cut after the season anyway in Kenny Clark.
Oh, the Packers just
Come
fleeced
on.
the Cowboys.
You gotta be kidding me.
They fleeced them.
Oh, my God. Jerry Jones, that deal-making ability has escaped him in old age. What are we doing? That is unbelievable. The guy who was
truly unbelievable.
Completely absent last year. And 2 first-round draft picks. Fleeced, boys. Fleeced Jerry Jones.
It's a good thing Kyle's off the Marcus. He'll be celebrating tonight. Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer.
Y'all need to get Jerry Jones' brain checked. Ain't no way in the world he just said, I'm going to trade Micah. You know what? Listen, Goody bumps but Adrian Cooper. No. Give me Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark, he was a wrecking ball 2 years ago when they beat our pants. Go ahead, give me that 30-year-old Kenny Clark. Oh my God!
I don't want to.
You mean to tell me we got Adrian Cooper?
I don't want to dispute.
And we got Micah Parsons
and Xavier McKinney. All three levels.
Wait a minute.
Oh boy,
this can't be real.
I feel like I was wearing those 3D glasses earlier. I feel like they're messing with
Kenny Clark. That's it.
All right, everybody, take a breath.
Everybody, Dallas, I was here on
game yesterday.
Take a breath. We still got to do our job. So, Kyle, you were going to tell us about Citizens Bank, and coming up next, we're going to recall Jason Wilde. Jason Wilde's going to join us coming up next. We'll get all of his reaction, all the information we need from Jason Wilde, as it is official. The Green Bay Packers have acquired 4-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro in 4 seasons in the NFL, 26-year-old Micah Parsons. It's a $47 million per year deal. It is truly unbelievable. Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer. I can't believe those are the words I am uttering. Jason Wilde's coming up next, but first, Kyle, tell us about Citizens Bank.
Listen, you or me may not have $47 million to take to the bank like Micah Parsons, but if you do have any money, there's a great place to go, and it is Citizens Bank. And what I love about Citizens Bank, from the first moment that you walk in there, you feel comfortable, you feel at home, and the customer service is second to none. Whether you're trying to open up a banking account or whether you're trying to get yourself a loan for a home or auto loan, they will help you every step along the way. I remember I needed to talk to them about something, and instantly I was able to message them, and they got right back to me right off their fabulous app. So Citizens Bank, They are local, and they are invested in the community, and they're all about helping you move forward with tools that make banking easy and people that make it so personal. So if you're looking for a bank that feels more like a partner, I'm telling you, check out Citizens Bank, WI.bank. That's Citizens Bank, WI.bank. And always remember, KBN Nation, bank where you belong with Citizens Bank by going to Citizens Bank, WI.bank.
All right, Jason Wilde going to join us next. Micah Parsons, ladies and gentlemen. He's a Green Bay Packer. Jason Wilde next.
Breaking news on ESPN Milwaukee. Micah Parsons has been traded to the Packers. Stay up to date with the news right here. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Still dealing with this crash on 43 southbound, right about at Wells, off on the left shoulder, but a little bit further on, right in the Marquette, right over the high-rise bridge, we've got another crash on the northbound side of 4394, off on the right shoulder. So heads up with that. Now, the southbound side, we got backups coming in from Hampton all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Northbound is very backed up from Oklahoma Avenue all the way up through the Marquette, and that continues all the way up to Locust. Westbound 94, things are tightening up as the game is letting out right now at AmFam Field. So we've got delays from 17th Street all the way to Hawley Road, more delays from 84th through to Waukesha County. On the eastbound side, got some backups from 84th Street, pretty solid all the way to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 55. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 68. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back September 9th.
Turio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Texas Rangers.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in September 9th at 7:05 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have, or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The rumor mill is a-swirling as late Tuesday night it was reported that the Packers have made a serious offer for disgruntled Cowboys defensive end Micah Parsons. And it just so happened that Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst's post-cutdown day press conference occurred Wednesday afternoon, and, well, he got questions about it.
First of all, I can't talk about any players on any other teams, but I think, again, every opportunity that's out there that if we think it could help the Packers, we're going to take a long look at. If that opportunity makes sense to us, then we'll do it, and if it doesn't, we won't.
Interesting from the Packers GM. I'm Alex Strope.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Do you want to bank without the fuss? For easy banking, rely on us. In person, online, or with the Tri-City app. Your banking can be done just like that. Tri-City National Bank. Member FDIC.
Hey, Jen Latta here, and as a client of the We Sell Group, I can tell you firsthand, Rob and Nick make the home buying and selling process easier. Right now, school's out, and that means it's the perfect time to list your home. The market is challenging and inventory is tight, but you don't have to face it alone. Rob and Nick are pros. They take the stress off your plate so you can focus on your family, your summer, and just breathe. Contact Rob and Nick to see what your home might be worth in this market. Connect today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Breaking Packers news on ESPN Milwaukee. The Packers have acquired Micah Parsons. Stay up to date with the news right here. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
That make the beat switch, turn up, give $1 million to him. Right now, I got so many villas booked, I don't like a billing to him. Dirk's boy told me Marvin.
Live from Marcus Majestic of Brookfield Cinema. This is going to be a moment I never forget, which is truly amazing. Not only did we introduce the guy who's been trying to meet Greg Marcus to Greg Marcus, then 3 minutes after we let them go, we get this news. The Green Bay Packers have traded for Dallas Cowboys, 3-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, 26-year-old defensive end, Micah Parsons. He becomes the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history as Brian Gutekunst brings in Micah Parsons. Alex Strofe, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman with you. We are joined once again for the second time in an hour by Jason Wilde, who has said the last 2 days, yeah, I think where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, holy smokes, was there fire. Jason Wilde, Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer. Your reaction?
Yeah, kind of a big deal. A little bit.
Yeah, kind of.
Just a little. Smaller story, but I know you've been following it. Look, I first of all, kudos to Ricky Scoops. I don't know who that guy is. I know Josh DiMaggio swears by him, but he was proven right on this one. You guys are not calling to talk more about how Jordan Love looked with his thumb today. This is incredible. Like, even though I thought this was more possible than some people did, it was still a very low percentage that I thought, right? I mean, and I certainly didn't think it was going to happen, 2 hours after the ESPN report that the Cowboys had become more open to trading Micah Parsons. And by the way, they trade for Micah Parsons, and they keep LVN and Rashawn Gary.
Unreal.
And Edgerrin Cooper. I thought for sure.
And Xavier McKinney.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and look, I love Kenny Clark. He's a friend of our show. He and I have had an awesome working relationship. He's won our Tom Mulhern Award multiple times. But last year, he wasn't playing direct up on the nose, and he struggled between that and the foot issue. So they give up 2 first-round picks, which, by the way, should be at the back end of the first round if they're going to be as good as they think they are, right, with Micah Parsons, and a guy who they probably wanted his contract off their books next year anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it is really, I don't want to use the term fleecing the Cowboys, but the Cowboys clearly had no problem moving on from a 26-year-old 3-time All-Pro and 4-time Pro Bowler who plays one of the most important positions in all of football. So, look, it's going to cost them a pretty penny, obviously, in terms of the actual cost of his contract. Again, the report from Adam Schefter, 4 years, $188 million, $120 million of it fully guaranteed at signing. He is the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. That is not inexpensive, clearly. So it'll be really interesting to see the impact that he has. But they give up future picks, first rounder next year, the first round of the following year, obviously. But they only give up a player that they probably were only going to keep for 1 more year anyway, and they've got some interesting options that they feel good about. They expect Devontae Wyatt. They picked up his 5th-year option. They kept Nazir Stackhouse. They drafted Warren Brinson.
Close enough.
CBS Sports. This is, I don't want to call it a bargain because that would be an overstatement, but they certainly did not pay the king's ransom that we thought they might have to pay.
Jason, I mean, just for me, when you think about the move that Reggie White, what that meant to the Green Bay Packers, for Micah Parsons, do you think that this could potentially eclipse the movement or the change that Reggie White brought with him when he signed with the Green Bay Packers?
Kyle. Come on, man.
You don't think? So you don't think? You don't think it does?
No, come on.
I mean, Jason.
I don't know if it can ever eclipse.
I mean, Jason. I understand Reggie White helped change the organization, but when you think about it, Reggie White, the most sacks he had in the season with the Green Bay.
Why are we comparing? There's no reason to compare right now.
What I'm saying.
There's zero reason to compare right now. There's zero reason. Like, let's celebrate this instead of diminishing a dude who won the Super Bowl and completely changed the trajectory of the franchise.
I'm just saying,
this could change the trajectory of the franchise, but it's not.
The Packers haven't won a Super Bowl.
You're being stupid if you're comparing it to Reggie White right now. There's no reason to do that. There's zero reason to do that. Micah Parsons is a Packer. Let's focus on that.
All right. That's the closest thing I can compare it to.
Let me ask a question. Jason, does this make the Packers the Super Bowl favorite in the NFC? How about that?